is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In Spurs news, when it comes to Kevin Durant, rumors continue to swirl on the Pat McAfee show. ESPN insider Shams Charania said there's more motivated teams than the Spurs, those being Miami, Minnesota, and Houston. He also stated the Spurs may be stocking assets for a potentially bigger move, bigger player, and someone that may fit their roster and timeline more appropriately. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing?
Hump day.
What? What'd you say, Joe?
Hump day.
Oh, it's a hump day, baby. A hump.
This is the humpinest show out there, too. I'm your boy, AJ.
God, what a terrible way to start the morning.
Next to me is the hump master himself.
That's a gruesome sound. only Michelle should have to put up with that. That's it. Turns out that was a commercial. We didn't realize it.
Good morning, Rob
Good morning.
Thompson.
How are you?
Lovely.
Are you all right this morning?
Been better.
All right.
Been better.
I can.
I didn't even attempt to go to that side of the building. I didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm grooving today.
Really?
Oh,
Wednesday,
yeah.
It feels downhill. I mean,
Although, dude, you are so much like my oldest son.
that's a good kid. I like the kid.
You insist on doing things the hard way.
Oh, that's my dog.
Oh,
You
no.
still don't have a battery.
No, I don't.
Why?
Well, yesterday I charged it and it was doing fine, and then this morning I had just a little bit of a hesitation. So I thought, well, I'll back
You
into
drive
this.
by AutoZone
I know. I'm not going to buy one until I have to.
until
The thing is, I might not have to.
you think it's
The
you
moment I
bought
have
the
to
car
jump
that
in.
has an eternal battery.
I might.
I
wanna
assure
find
you
out.
did not.
I want to find out. It could very well be.
God forbid you have an electric car. Jeez.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm of the belief
I'll charge it whenever.
there ain't no reason to fix something that ain't broke.
That's
This
like
ain't
saying
broke.
I'm not out of gas
I'm
until
not, I know but
until my car sputters to the shoulder of the road and actually won't go anymore. Then I'm out of gas.
At that moment, but see, I have a thing that tells me when to get gas, and I know when to get gas.
Your battery's telling you, friend.
No, it really has never not lived up. It's never not started. I mean, it keeps.
But why do you want to wait? Why do you want to wait?
Because it might just be. It's like me, just a little bit slower getting going, but still all right. Once I can roll over, I'm all right. It's that first.
They
Everything out
will,
of it.
if you go to AutoZone, they will test your
All right,
battery
the
and they'll
fact
let
of
you
the
know.
matter is, I'm too lazy on the way home to
you
deal with
are.
it. That's what it is. I'm okay. I admit it. But the fact of the matter is, it still hasn't let me down. And this morning,
But why wait till it
see,
lets you down?
The thing is, so yesterday I legitimately planned on it, but I had 3 stops. So I thought, well, I hope my battery makes it. So after the first stop, fine. Second stop, fine. And I was like, I don't think I need a battery. It was
Here we
firing
go.
up.
Yeah.
And then I
Thought
got
about it.
home,
Yeah.
and then I parked, and then this morning I got up, and it kind of had that, and then it started, and I thought, oh, crap, maybe I do need a battery.
Trade it in.
So, yeah, I'm just going to get a new car.
Yeah, I mean,
I knew it.
it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that you are playing with fire
I'm
here.
not playing with fire. The moment it doesn't start, I'll go get another battery.
No, the moment it doesn't start, you're going to need someone to give you a jump.
Well, I rely on the kindness of strangers
That's
and friends.
that is not the way to go through life.
You live too far for that.
No, if it was any other part to the car, I'd be more concerned. But all I got to do is get it started.
What happens if what if it happens at your house on the way to work?
I've got access to other vehicles.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if it didn't start this morning, I'd have taken my wife's car. There's also I could.
Oh, yeah, I guess your wife doesn't have work right now.
No, so I could have.
Right.
I mean, there's no real pressing need.
Yeah, he's got a backup plan.
And
But still,
well, see, and I'm trying to hold. See, another part of this is I'm holding on to my allowance. I don't want to spend cash, so I'm waiting to get my.
Wait, you get this doesn't come from the slush fund?
It should.
Like
It should.
Yeah.
And the matter, yeah.
Yeah, this is like this isn't
this
fun
is
money.
family maintenance. I know, but I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm trying to find a lot of excuses, but the fact of the matter is when yesterday when the car started, I was like, oh, cool, I'm going home.
Yesterday, he's like, he every day he's like, hey, stick around until it starts, and then it starts up.
Well, that's what I keep thinking. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe it's just the car's a little bit older.
And then it's not that old. And then he's right behind me on Eisenhower, and as we pass AutoZone, I look in my rear view and expect him to be
like
turning in,
or something.
and oh no, he just rolls on by. I say, this dude is never gonna learn.
There's another AutoZone by my house. I had to go.
I made it to this AutoZone. I can make it to the next one. It's like a guy with a gas station. Like you're on E. Like the light came on.
Once the car started, I don't need the battery anymore. I have now the alternator. Well, the generator taking care of me. It's the battery just kick-starting. It's like when your battery's dead, you just pop the clutch in first gear of your standard. You don't need it anymore. So once I'm started, I'm golden. It's not going to die.
How often do you change out your razor blade?
Oh, when it starts to drag. I bet I've had the same razor package for 6 months.
Okay, so it starts to drag. You don't wait until it's like literally ripping your skin off, right?
No, but
okay, but so
I have rather delicate, fine hair.
Once it starts to drag a little, you say, now's the time to change it before it starts damaging me.
But until I could be wrong on this. It's never not started.
Like I said, AutoZone will tell you if you're right or wrong.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, if your battery dies and you keep starting it like that, like it's not good for the rest of your car.
Well, I used to believe that until I still do. But let me tell you, my wife's car, she drives a Volkswagen, has that thing where every time you come to a stop, the motor turns off.
Oh, that's AJ's car.
Mine does it too.
Well,
so does my wife's.
What's the difference between that and the lag? Turning your car on over and over and over, off and on, off on, off on, off on. That doesn't seem like a good thing.
Well, it's not like like all the power to my car doesn't shut off.
Well, it's sucking on the battery. Now, if I had that, then I might have a problem. I might end up dead on the side of the road because
so it's not like
wouldn't restart. But I don't have that issue.
It's not like my whole vehicle is shutting down. It's just the
motor.
Yeah.
And then what do you think turns the motor back over? Your battery. So if I had your car, I would be in trouble. But I don't have that.
Okay.
I do. I am probably on a very fine razor wire. I am. But see, in my defense, the night before, when I was worried, I charged my battery up. My battery charger said full battery and fine. And then yesterday it started up fine. Everything went great yesterday. It was just a little bit slower today.
What happens if you stop at the gas station to pick up some snuff?
Well, see, that I don't like. I was so worried about that yesterday. I refueled with my car running. I was a little worried that it might not restart, but it's 3:45 and nobody else around.
But if you're going to go inside and get some,
my car would be running.
It would be running the whole time.
I would be concerned. But see, yesterday I didn't do that. I stopped. I had 2 appointments, and both times I was a little nervous, but walked out, boom, started.
But don't you want to not be nervous?
Well, what's the life without a little spice? No, I'll end up with a new battery in the next day or two, and I'll end up stuck on the side of the road.
Okay.
It'll serve me right.
To be a little nervous.
No,
Rob, like going home at Rob, was the kind of dude who went home with girls from the club and was like, I don't have a condom, but
what the hell?
Whatever. I'll be a little nervous.
Can you give me a ride home today, AJ? I don't feel safe with Rob. I'll end up walking the AutoZone with him.
Again, it has never not worked.
That's the way those things tend to work,
well,
Rob.
I'm just saying. So maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe there's no problem at all. But if there is, I have my cables there, and maybe I should just go. If I could, I'd go buy a battery and just keep it in the trunk. Because I'm not taking this one out till it's dead.
Oh, I don't understand that.
I paid good money for this thing, and I'm getting every last minute of work.
You said it's the stock battery. It's the one that came with it.
It might very well be. I don't remember buying a battery previous to this.
So you didn't pay good money for this?
Well, I did in the grand scheme of things.
You got that car for free.
No, well, that's... All right.
Just get a battery. Good God. It's not.
I will say this. I do appreciate that you care.
I do.
My wife just laughs. She's like, all right. Did you get the battery? No.
It makes me nervous to know that this is like where this is going to end up. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You're going to take your wife to dinner or something. And
we're going to be dead on the side of the road.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jay, can you come get me?
I have no excuse. And even my father yesterday was like, "Did you get your battery? How's your car?" I'm like, it's good. It's good. He goes, "What, do you have one in the trunk or something?" No, it's turning over. It's fine. And like I said, it took a full charge. And yesterday it was great. It was just this morning it was lagging. So I thought yesterday, in my mind, keep in mind, I was worried, and I thought I would go. But when I left yesterday, boom, started right up from the studio. There was no. Then I went and I had a doctor's appointment, went there, got out. Hour later, boom, started right up. One more stop. And I thought, why am I going to go buy a battery? It seems to be fine. It just needed a charge.
What'd you go to the doctor for?
Well, it's a good story. I'll tell you that next. I was a little shaken when I left the doctor.
Okay, because think about that. Like you go to imagine why go to the doctor? Why not wait till your body just completely dies, and then go to the doctor
When
and
you
say,
hear the story, it's kind of that.
yeah.
I did in fact wait too late. When you hear the story,
The circle of life is what this is called. Like it all comes back around. It all comes back around. You'd think that would be like a life lesson.
No, dude. When I left the doctor, I was a little shaken.
Instead of doing regular maintenance, just
Find out
wait.
you're really a woman.
Wait until it breaks. And then, but what's life without being a little nervous, right, Rob?
Keeps you awake at night, just a little bit of vigor. Now, I'm of the belief that if you have a system that is working, don't mess with it.
Okay.
You mess with one little thing, then the next thing breaks. If it's all working, don't screw with it. Just maintain it.
Yeah, your version of working.
Yeah, Rob is like,
If there's no need to fix it, if it's working, why screw with it?
this dude, Rob is like, what's that thing that like if something can happen to you, it will. What is that? Murphy's Law.
Yeah, well,
I think it's like Rob's Law is what it really is. Like Rob,
But this would not be unexpected. When it does happen, I go, well, there it is. It finally went. It finally
called
gave.
it out, yeah.
I can put that in my book of notes, and this will never happen again. But I did it once.
Man.
I know exactly how long I have, like 72 starts.
all right.
Because as I sit right now, all I need is one more start. If I just get one more, I'm good.
All right.
That's like it's like playing blackjack. I'm on 19.
Well, I'm a terrible gambler.
I'm on 19.
All I need is a 2 or an ace.
Rob's all hit me.
I'm gonna take one more hit just to see.
All I need is a deuce or an ace, and there's 8 of them.
What
I think
could go wrong?
There's 8. There's only 52 cards.
It's a double deck. There's
16
16
of them.
options.
So
yeah.
Double them up, man. I'm splitting.
God. Yeah. All right. Let's. We got a lot to talk about today. I got a feeling we'll be talking about Rob dead on the side of the road tomorrow, but we'll save that for another time. We got some sports to talk as well. Let's get into the day. It's the Morning Huddle on a Hump Day. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working this accident downtown on 35 southbound at Cesar Chavez Boulevard. Right lane, right shoulder blocked. Also downtown, that ongoing road work, 35 lower level, southbound Alamo on down to Laredo Street. That's a full-on closure. And then upper level, only the right lane open. Rolling stop and go along 35 southbound Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard. Roadway reduced to one lane. Again, this is due to road work. Stop and go from FM 1518. So a solid 40-minute delay. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Bobby Bones here with some easy trivia. What does the Staples easy button say? That was easy. Boom. I mean, that was easy. You knew that, right? And now you know to press it for prints, shipping, and even passport photos. Plus, next day delivery to over 98% of the U.S. I see you, Staples. That was easy.
Imagine owning coastal land with ocean views and world-class fishing just off Matagorda Bay. Well, dream no more. Saturday, June 28th. Mark your calendars for a pre-4th of July one-day coastal land sale at Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. We're unveiling incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1+ acre waterfront properties starting at $99.9. Yes, $99.9. With a barn dominium from just $169.9. Wow! This gated community boasts a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch with paved roads and underground utilities. It's all happening Saturday, June 28th. 1+ acre Texas coastal waterfront, $99.9. With barn dominium, just $169.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing is available. Don't wait another minute. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Freedom starts with land, and land like this won't last long.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff.
Now we can chill, Mom.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Do I choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number 4th of July sale. Save over $600 on our King P5 smart bed, our lowest price of the season. Limited time. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country, it all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Oh, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle 94.1. I heard a little of Rob's doctor trip.
Oh, Rob,
and
I didn't, man.
I'm so glad I haven't eaten anything today.
I know, me neither.
Oh,
I'm eating fruit, bro.
dude, you don't want to hear. You don't want to know about this.
Hey, man, I put a lot of miles on my.
You don't want to know what's going on under Rob's shoes.
You don't want to know. There's just a thin layer of leather between me and
a horror movie.
Well, it's really only 1 foot, and in particular, 3 toes.
Honestly, and it's even worse that you have
2 problems.
You have 1 normal foot and one.
I have 1
rot
bad
foot.
one.
You're like you remember that Chris Elliott was like, "Take the little one. It's my strong hand."
I'm gonna be the dude with the thick-soled shoe. 1 thick sole.
Oh, you're gonna be one of those, right? Yeah. We have a big old heel.
I have that wedge.
You look like a lunch lady.
Hey, man.
With some Cortezes on.
I'm going to have the special-made shoe with the extra sole on one side.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Take pity on me, man. This is not a laughing matter.
Rob's going to have to wear Velcro shoes. It's so great. He's like a sneakerhead, and he's going to have to only wear Velcro shoes.
I looked at those Velcros and thought, not yet.
You're getting there.
Not yet, but there will come a time. But now Nike has those Hyper Adapt. I can just stick my foot in and zip right up.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna be wearing Skechers. Like that's what's happened to you. Like because Nike is gonna be like, this just isn't that comfortable.
I have come to the age
I gotta
where
spread my toes out.
They're going that way anyway. I don't have any control over it. I will say that those easy slip-on shoes where you don't have to bend over, those commercials, I find myself watching all of them. Like, you know what? I don't have to bend over. I can just step right in.
And does that would that work for you for your foot?
Well, one would have to have a wider entry point.
Yeah, a wide mouth.
Have to have a wide mouth, evidently.
Oh,
there's nothing wrong with my right foot that surgery cannot prolong.
Rob told me, Vic, maybe the grossest thing to me,
It's evidently not that uncommon.
I know it's not, but every time I see it, I'm like repulsed.
It is.
And now I know that you have it. Rob has
I have the yellow toe, the thick.
He's got a thick yellow toenail.
It's about a quarter-inch thick.
A quarter-inch.
I could probably go through. I don't know. I don't know what gauge of metal wire I could probably cut through, but it'd probably be pretty thick. But see, if I was ever trapped somewhere, I could dig my way out.
Do they drill a hole in it or something?
No, it's I don't know. No,
do you ever try to file it down?
Yeah, I keep it.
You keep it tame?
I have a belt sander. I have a Dremel.
I don't know why, but every time I see that, like anywhere, like, God forbid, a water park or something, I'm instantly like,
Oh, see, yeah, that's I take great pain, and see, that's part of the problem. See, AJ, because I hide my feet. I don't wear chanclas. I know that I have hobbit feet. They're terrible. And so all my life.
That's why Rob doesn't like when other people wear flip-flops.
Yes.
He's like, this isn't fair, damn it.
If you're a lady, do your toes. Ugh. So I don't wear chanclas. I don't inflict that on people. So, like if my pool shoes are like slide-in mules. They're Santa, because I don't expose my toes unless I'm getting in the water. So I know, but because I keep them hidden all the time, I didn't realize there was things going on down there.
There's Rob's feet looking Dumb and Dumber.
That's not that far away, at least one of them.
Yeah.
God.
Oh,
there we go.
It's so funny that Rob, like, I've heard Rob say this before, like about, he's like, oh, I hate when women don't have painted toes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm thinking, like, what do you think women think of your toes? You're over here like,
But see, I don't inflict that on people.
you?
You'll notice I don't even wear ankle socks. I wear socks that cover my ankles. I'm not ever going to you don't need to see it. I know. And, I would love to be able to go get a pedicure. I think that looks fabulous, but I'm not going to inflict any Asian I don't care. That's just not fair to them. I wouldn't ask them to do that.
What do you go into your own swimming pool? Do you go barefoot?
Well, around my house, but I don't wear chanclas ever.
Do you sleep in socks?
No.
So your wife sees these things.
Yeah, but I mean, this has been years of.
She knows.
Yeah.
Oh.
You've been married long enough. We've been around some.
And she's
pretty nasty stuff.
And she still does stuff with you?
Oh yeah, she still.
Wow. But she doesn't like.
See, it's the positives outweigh the negatives.
She doesn't get down there and like
she's
chew
not
on
down
your
sucking
toe.
on my toes.
She doesn't chew on your toenail.
I
or
wouldn't
anything.
ask her to do that. Anybody, if you put your mouth on my toe, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
that's dude.
She's gonna gnaw off that toenail. Like
No, get down there and chew that thing off. No, that's that I would want nothing to do with you. I would. Ugh.
And now you've got Rob's toes are like.
I've got gorilla foot. I think is the best.
They're almost permanently put into a hook 'em.
That's what it kind of is. I have my right foot. It's turning into a hook 'em. Yeah. I think it's more of a rock and roll.
Rob's gonna be like at the metal show.
Now it's God inflicting this, and one more Aggie curse, and thou shalt have right-footed longhorn. Congratulations, one more cross to bear.
So all of these issues are on your right foot.
It's only
right?
my right foot because my knee won't straighten out after all the surgeries.
And you also said there's concern that
my big toe is
heading do a crossover.
Is coming in. My big toe's taking a right turn, and my middle two toes will no longer straighten out. So it's like a hook. They like hammer toe, and they're spreading out because I have to walk on the ball of my right foot because it's shorter than the other. And I've been doing this for as long as I've had the knee surgeries.
Your big toe hasn't yet crossed over.
No, but it's headed that direction. I was trying to head it off at the pass.
You have to stop that. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah, I can. Trust me.
Like where it's going to look like all your toes are one big kind of toe.
That's what I'm headed
glob.
Yeah, it's going to look like a goat foot.
Oh.
It's going to look like hooves.
You're going to have a big old hoof?
Like just hooves.
A big old
I was kind of figured Prince had that kind of foot.
You know what would be so great is if
hey, man.
If Rob's son's about to get married, imagine his wife decides, oh, we want to do a beach wedding, so everybody's gonna wear flip flops.
Oh yeah. At that moment, I become German. I've got socks on my sandals, dude. I wouldn't inflict anybody on that.
I would consider sawing that thing off at the ankle and just like.
No, I mean. Well,
yeah, ride around in a rascal.
I'd get a better parking spot. Right?
Like, think about that.
Would I save on shoes?
Think about that. Your kidney was so bad that they said, we got to take this thing out.
Yeah.
Yet that is still on him, and he's comfortable with it.
Well, comfortable.
Wait, not yet. He's gonna get every mile out of that.
Yeah, like I've said, man.
I'm gonna wait
this thing
until the whole thing just
put
falls
a lot
off.
of miles on it. I'm not gonna screw it up now.
If your toes start crossing over, ask for an amputation.
The good news is I'll be able to hang onto a branch. I can hang upside down
like a bat.
He'll be hanging from the branch, and some woodpecker will just be tapping on his big toe fungus.
I wouldn't know. Maybe that would take care of it.
You never know.
But then if I was ever trapped, I could cut my way out.
Aerated. That's all.
No. That thing should only see the light of day through water.
So when you went home and explained to your wife how your appointment went, what
was the verbiage?
Was she cooking dinner or?
Well, she really doesn't know all this because she had spent the day on a boat in the lake.
Oh,
so we didn't really have that conversation until later.
But she set the appointment.
Yeah, she had we've talked about it.
Okay.
She was like, oh, what are you going to do? Like, I'm certainly not going to put that contraption on my foot. That. See, all you do here is then you strap it onto your toe.
It's going to be like Forrest Gump.
That's exactly it. Magic legs. And then you just click this thing to where it kind of hurts and then go to sleep. Like, a torture device.
Yeah, I can't. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I can't imagine what your foot looks like.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
it's a talon.
That is a vile thought.
Yeah, you never when you watch Wolfman movies, and the foot is halfway between a human foot and a wolf foot.
Yes, that's what I picture.
Kind of that.
That's what I picture. Like there's almost like you've got toe beans, like a puppy does. Like you've got the little pads on the bottom of your toes.
Now if that was the case, we'd be talking. No, it's not nearly as comfortable as that.
Oh God. Well, I
have
am
to buy one shoe bigger than the other.
I'll eat tomorrow, I guess. All right, we'll be right back. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working this accident downtown on 35 southbound at Cesar Chavez Boulevard. Right lane, right shoulder blocked. Also downtown, that ongoing road work, 35 lower level, southbound Alamo on down to Laredo Street. That's a full-on closure. And then upper level, only the right lane open. Rolling stop and go along 35 southbound Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard. Roadway reduced to one lane. Again, this is due to road work. Stop and go from FM 1518. So a solid 40-minute delay. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Guys looking for a Father's Day gift that will give that extra boost of health and energy to live your best life? Synergenics and Low T Center are offering free weight loss consultations and free T-tests as a special offer celebrating dads. Treatment is personalized to you and most major insurance is accepted. With the freedom to choose in-center care or at-home treatment, you're helping get back control of your health. From now till June 21st, enjoy a free B12 shot when you stop in for a TRT and weight loss test. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
We're going to draw one name of a person that sold their car to GiveMeTheVin.com and give them $25,000.
Wow. Give Me the VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month.
Could you imagine being that person? Wouldn't that feel great?
That would be awesome.
Well, honey, you won.
Oh my God. Heather Krager of Dallas, Texas won $25,000 and Give Me the VIN's big cash giveaway.
That's so cool.
You could be next to get a little more, maybe a lot more.
I guess that old Mercedes was worth more than I thought.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
The right stuff. Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s.
Call Right Home Services.
Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. 210-444.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Hey,
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More, the place to go for sipping rosés with seltzers on ice, making margaritas with your favorite tequilas. It's warm out, let's go. Our prices are low on spirits, beer, and wine. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are just 1 week away from the NBA draft. What in the world are the Spurs going to do?
Kevin Durant.
Please.
And we'll have all the rumors, all the reaction, and we talk about complicated contracts in the NFL. Just how complicated? We'll try to answer that.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You can't play the sex music after we were just talking about Rob's toe fungus.
That's what's going. This song's playing in his head while he's taking his socks off.
Oh.
Hey, I love my feet. I'm very accustomed to my feet. I am not an animal.
You're man, bear, pig. That's what Casey said.
It's
Casey
only
on the
1
jet.
foot.
Man, bear, pig. It's real.
It's real.
Where'd the pig come from?
I don't.
Where's the pig? I guess it's the feet.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
The
Maybe
cloven
so.
hoof. Y'all make fun of my disability. Go ahead. There's a special place for you guys.
It's because you haven't done your maintenance. That's why it's gotten that way.
Think about the miles I put on these feet. I think they've held up about as good as it could be expected.
That's what Rob's riding around on a tire that's got no tread.
One tire's great.
Literally. Yeah.
One tire's rolling pretty good. It's the other one that's kind of giving me trouble because the frame's out of whack. I've got a bent frame. They've totaled the frame. There's not much I can do.
All right, let's get away from Rob's feet for a little while, please. The Florida Panthers, son of a bitch, win again.
You know, we talked about, are they a dynasty? I think we're kind of looking at one.
Yeah, it's kind of getting that way.
Mm-hmm.
Win their second consecutive, and this is now it was their third consecutive trip.
2 out of 3. That's dynasty, right?
I think so.
I think
so. If you're there 3 times in a row and 2 of them you win, yeah, you're in the club. And no reason to think it's gonna slow down.
I don't know hockey, but I know what good teams look like. They just skate with a purpose. That team's just good. They came out to whoop ass. And what was way back in the day, I had kids wearing, you always have the slogan on a T-shirt, and one of them one year it was "Leave no doubt."
Mm-hmm.
They left no doubt, man.
No. The other thing is, I guess the one thing that could maybe slow him down a little bit, Sam Bennett, who just won the Conn Smythe Trophy, which is the playoff MVP. Like the guy who's the best player.
The
Marchand?
Yeah.
No. Sam Bennett scored more goals than him.
I thought Marchand had some kind of record for most goals in the finals.
He tied the record for most goals
in the
finals.
Do they have a finals MVP?
No.
Wow. I love hockey. All right, so it's the sum total of the playoffs.
Entirety of the playoffs.
I appreciate that. Right.
In fact, last year, Connor McDavid won the Conn Smythe.
Without even winning.
And he was on the losing team.
Respect. I don't agree with that, but I appreciate the idea of the MVP as the totality of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm down.
But Sam Bennett, who did just win that trophy, and I want to say he had I don't remember how many. I think he had 16 goals in the playoffs, something absurd like that. But he
so the other dude isn't even the best player on the team.
He's a free agent. Sam Bennett's a free agent. So Brad Marchand. Well, Brad Marchand's also a free agent because he was traded just for. I mean, he was an in-season acquisition. So the Panthers have some decisions to make on what they're going to look like going forward. But clearly they've got something working. And
how long did you last? Because they covered.
They did. I waited till the end to see if they got over 6.5 goals, which they didn't.
No, that's right, they didn't.
Yeah, they got up to 6.
6.5.
But they did get the -1.5, which that's to me it's the best bet in any elimination game. Is always the -1.5 goals because you saw it last night. They took the goalie out early because it was 3-0, and they were like, "Well,
we got nothing.
We got to do something." So they take the goalie out. Then it's 4-0, and then when it was 4-0, that's when the Edmonton Oilers got a goal in. It was now it's 4-1, and then they got another empty netter. But
I was gone by then.
Yeah,
I left it 4-1.
When the Knights won their Stanley Cup, the final game, the score was 9-3.
Yeah.
In the final, but it was
That's typical.
But it wasn't. It was already 8 before they pulled a goalie, so they just put it on them. But that's kind of the thing. You got to start sacrificing defense for offense, and it usually doesn't go your way.
That's one of the things that you have to grow to appreciate in the sport is the strategery in hockey, and it's not so much about individual plays; it's so much about flow. And it's very interesting to watch.
Yeah,
how the subs happen because you don't really see it. You have to pay attention to the numbers. I'm talking like an absolute novice here, but as I've kind of grown to appreciate the game, other than what's the score in the play, but the stuff behind, it's a nuanced game far beyond what I expected.
Yeah, it's a fun game if you take the time to get into it, and the time when people are going to get into it is during the playoffs. And during these international things,
I think they're going to look back, and I will be a fan of hockey. And I'm in sports talk. I've always talked about it, but I honestly am not a fan. Never have been. The tide swung at that Nations Cup.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think when hockey looks back on when did things start to improve with us, it'll go back to that.
Although, U.S. viewership
probably.
It ain't good.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, are we going to blame the NBA for a couple of teams that showed up like this? It's the continuum, right?
Game 1 averaged 2.4 million. Let's see. Game 4, 2.6 million.
Well, Game 1 was great.
That's a 25% decrease from last year. I wonder if that has to do with being the same two teams. Like, if it's...
I don't know.
People don't want to see it. I don't know.
Because I would have thought the other way. Because the first four games were spectacular for whatever purpose. Whether you were looking for close battles, you're looking for sniping, you're looking for fights. You got all of those in the first couple of games. Viewership was down, but I thought the experience was as good as any.
Also, like we're seeing paved for like TNT is now like. Not everyone has TNT anymore as people have gone away from these things. So the NBA is at least putting their finals on ABC. So you're getting it's getting to where everybody has a chance to see it. But yeah, the ratings not good for the at least in the US it's not good for the Stanley Cup, or it wasn't good for the Stanley Cup final.
I was reading where starting with these NBA finals, as they're looking at the meters, that streaming is outweighing now for the first time. They're more streaming watching
than they're watching on hardwired,
on wired or
satellite
or just over the air.
Yeah.
So this is the first time where numbers have actually swung.
That's in the NBA?
For the NBA.
Oh wow. Is that internationally, or is that just
for the NBA finals? They're looking at the numbers, and it's streaming is outdoing cable or just broadcast.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I guess that's the way it's headed. Your favorite to win the Stanley Cup next year?
And the hiccup is, you just talked about, their two best dudes are free agents. I assume they keep one, and with that, I feel like that's enough. They're the favorites again, right?
The Edmonton Oilers plus 650.
Well, the pressure's on those dudes.
We never learn.
Well, the pressure's on those dudes, man. If the Canada's still waiting.
Panthers 7-1, Dallas Stars 9-1, Carolina Hurricanes 9-1, Avalanche 10-1, Vegas 12-1, Lightning 14-1, and then you get into the 20s after that. So yeah, it's expected to be the same two teams back there next year.
Well, I can say
Let's
this:
hope not.
when the series began, and I remain. I liked Edmonton. I thought they were a fun team to watch. I wanted to see that dude win, but they're not even close to the Panthers. I mean, it's not. It was day and night. It's OKC and Pacers. It's just one team is just more.
All right, let's wrap up the first hour on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention?
Do people ask, how do you sleep at night?
Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep.
Mattress Firm's July 4th sale is on now. Get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses.
Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist, with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
The Blitz will be live this Friday at Lion & Rose Dominion with your chance to win Seether and Daughtry tickets, some cool swag, and a $100 Lion & Rose gift card. It's this Friday starting at 2 o'clock at Lion & Rose Dominion, located just off I-10 after the Dominion exit.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Canty here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows, binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on Warm Weather Vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take a shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5HEshot.com for full details and rules to enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
To
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Bernardo says Rob's foot is like the devil from the Loteria cards. El Diabolito.
What was the name of that bar? Where's the chicken-footed devil? Where did he dance? Come on, Vic.
What?
The chicken-footed devil that danced here in San Antonio? You don't know what I'm talking about? Desponcito? What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. It's San Antonio Legends, along with the Trestles.
I only know about the donkey lady.
And the donkey lady and the chupacabra. No, the chicken-footed devil.
Chicken-footed devil.
Which is what I'm also known in the bedroom.
Wow.
No, the devil at the disco. Yeah. It's about here in San Antonio.
Yeah, like that. See?
El Camaroncito.
That's it.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay.
Well, see, no, the toe's going in, not out.
Oh yeah, the little devil's toe is going out.
It's going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Rob's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Look at that one. I like how that one zoomed in on his foot. Yeah, that's right. In one normal foot and one hoof.
It is true. I do have that. And I've always had that weird 3 6s behind my ear.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's it right there.
I can't get over this. This is so funny.
El Diablito.
Maybe that's the problem with your car. You got lead foot.
It's my right foot.
Yeah.
See, I can actually hang on to the gas pedal with my toes. Just latch it on like a hook.
You will be known as La Chancla.
La chancla.
That'll
No.
be your
I don't have chancla feet.
That's how Rob, like, if something goes wrong with Rob's car, he'll, like, you know how you got to touch things to see if it's hot? Rob just puts his toenail on it, and if it melts something away, he's like, if it melts off like butter, then he knows that that's.
No, that wouldn't. That thing, my toenails stop a bullet.
I was going to say.
Talk about, man. It's like a superpower.
He uses it to take the crust off the battery.
Dude,
when that white crust comes out, Rob's like chipping away with his toe at it.
I can open a can with my toe. It's like a can opener. It's gross, nothing. When we all have to bug out, when it hits the fan, who's going to be coming to me to open their tuna can? Me. You're going to come to me.
Not me.
Can you pop that tuna can open?
I'd rather starve than you take your shoe off.
Let me take my shoe off. Hold on. Here, let me take my shoe off. Hold on just a second.
I'll be emaciated in the corner, just like.
No.
They're like, you got to eat something.
I
was like, no, I can't.
Here, let me crack this can.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Here, hold
I don't want
hold
it.
my sock. Here, hold my sock.
No.
Let me get you some of this deviled ham. Don't mind some of that. It'll wipe off.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. We've got there's no finals game tonight, unfortunately.
Stupid.
They got to rest up.
Hell?
They got to rest up. You know, they got to give the Stanley Cup game a little time to marinate.
Got to debrief just a little bit so he can bask in the glory of the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, and they were like, well, let's give baseball a night. You know, people like baseball, so maybe they'll just watch baseball tonight. Yeah, the NBA taking a breather. But we will take another look at that game, the game coming up tomorrow. We'll get into that a little bit. We'll get into some NFL today. Lots to discuss. It is the Morning Huddle right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
School's out, summer's in, and that vacation countdown is officially on. But what about your four-legged MVP? Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma has your furry family member covered. Daycare, boarding, grooming, and training, they've got it all. They're built for your pet's health, happiness, and tail-wagging good times. If you're in the military, your teacher, or your first responder, they've got barking good exclusive discounts. So go ahead, book that trip, hit the beach, crush your summer plans. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit has your pet in good hands, because home away from home isn't just for humans. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits in Selma.
You've decided to divorce. I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you're worried about getting the bills paid, childcare, and your divorce, we'll help make it simple, painless, and affordable.
Your future matters. Call the law office of Steve Benke.
Call 210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District knows that life moves fast, and the last thing you want is to miss out due to an illness. Vaccines are safe and help your immune system fight off serious disease that can stop or change your plans. They protect you, the people you love, and can prevent you from getting sick. Let's get vaccinated, because when it comes to your health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep.
Mattress Firm's July 4th sale is on now. Get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses.
Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay as you head out into your morning commute is going to be on the northeast side, 35 southbound. Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard, a 40-minute commute. That's due to road work. The roadway reduced to just one lane. So stop and go starting right around Retama. And if you need an alternate route, Lookout or Nacogdoches. 410 eastbound at Morrison, we've got a stall now off to the shoulder and another at 35 southbound Malone, south side of town. That stall's off to the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In Spurs news, when it comes to Kevin Durant, rumors continue to swirl on the Pat McAfee show. ESPN insider Shams Charania said there's more motivated teams than the Spurs, those being Miami, Minnesota, and Houston. He also stated the Spurs may be stocking assets for a potentially bigger move, bigger player, and someone that may fit their roster and timeline more appropriately. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
7:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Oh, yeah. Before we get into the game tomorrow, how about what's going on in lady basketball?
This needs to be discussed, but this is part of the growing of a league.
First of all, I don't know how to put this. You don't if I'm the lady basketball league, I don't want my biggest star to look weak and soft.
Right.
And she looks weak and soft. Like, she's getting bullied.
Well, is that making her look weak?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Like, imagine in the NBA if, like, when LeBron came into the league, if everyone was just, like, throwing him down on the ground.
Do you remember the Jordan rules?
Yeah.
What I was getting at is this is a good thing for the NBA because it's telling the world, look, our players have outgrown the reffing. Our players are better now than the reffing. And they couldn't say that before. That now our physical abilities, our skill sets we're not being reffed appropriately. We have to have higher level reffing because this is happening. I think this is just part of the growth of the game. And what'll happen next is they're going to go get a bunch of referees with personality. They're going to have refs that we're going to know their names. And that's just part of the growth of the game. So, here comes Scott Foster. And they will take control of the game. Now, it won't be bad reffing. It'll be biased reffing will be the next step as a league matures. Because you do come to a point where these guys are doing things, these ladies are doing things that nobody's ever done before, and these refs aren't used to it. That's part of the game.
Well, the Fever coach, Stephanie White, said bad officiating is a WNBA-wide issue, and that everybody in the league is getting better except the officials. I started talking to the officials in the first quarter, and we knew this was going to happen. You could tell it was going to happen. They've got to get control of it. They've got to get better. And if you didn't see it, basically what happened was Caitlin and I guess what's the Commissioner's Cup? Is that like their in-season tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. They got a win over the Sun. They are in the championship game of the in-season tournament. But in the last minute, 46 seconds left, there was a big fight. But it started in the third quarter when Caitlin got, I guess, like this gal Sheldon that got kicked out of the game, J.C. Sheldon, poked Caitlin in the eye while defending her, and then Caitlin pushed her away. Then Marina Mabry comes up, bumps, like body checks Caitlin, and knocks her down. And the officials said that the contact did not deem to the level for ejection. She just got tossed to the ground like a sack of potatoes. And she like does the flop around on the ground. Like, I mean, but.
Well, I would be ordering her to do that too. You got to call attention to it.
It just, I mean, it looks.
Well, you got to call it. But this, again, it's.
I guess in the NBA it's different because you want to, like, you want to show this masculinity or whatever, but.
Well, you watch soccer game? You ever watch a soccer game? I mean, there is the flopping that is also part of the league, and you're calling attention to the foul. There's the whenever you get kind of pushed. I mean, it's part of the game, but it's a bigger issue that they do need to improve the quality of reffing, because now we're getting into quality of game outcome. And whenever there's a little worry on the gambler's edge, like, are they going to knock Caitlin out tonight? Are they going to literally push her out of the game? I'm going to pay closer attention to it, and I think so with the league. But I just see this as a byproduct of this league's growth. And there's some petty jealousies that are going on, and we talk about that. But that's also a byproduct of more attention, more money, and more is expected by everybody involved, and the refs are lagging. You can watch games. You can tell they're not up to the task. It's junior high reffing a varsity basketball game. They know the rules, but they don't know how to apply them to athletes like this.
I think the other thing that needs to happen is Indiana. If I were Caitlin Clark, I would tell my coach this too. We need a goon.
Yes, and think about 80s and early 90s basketball. To overcome bad reffing, that was a byproduct of it. That you had to go get the goon to protect your star, because the refs certainly weren't.
I think the answer is that Audi Clark. They need to draft that gal.
You know, think back to your favorite era of basketball, my generation's favorite era of basketball. And every great team had a goon, two normally.
Yeah.
One on the outside, one on the inside. And they were there to protect and inflict. And them guys made a living 15 years in the league as goons. As I am here for 5 fouls and 12 minutes. And I will do that forever, and I'll do it well. That was part of the maturation of the game. And then the reffing finally caught up, and we realized that's not really the purest form.
Well, I can tell you this, that J.C. Sheldon from the Sun, she's about as cute as a button.
She is.
The one that poked her in the eye. But when Caitlin pushed her, that's when that other gal came over. They got a goon.
Well, they need one. I think every team, but that's a byproduct of this. When you have that tells you, well, the refs can't take care of business, so we will. And, you know, that's the nature of any kind of product. So I'm happy that it is being acknowledged, but there's no easy fix. I mean, they're not suddenly going to improve the reffing overnight.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's partly reffing, but it's also
attitude.
There's still, and this is the one thing that I don't understand: the disdain from the other gals towards Caitlin Clark, who.
I'm thinking there's a lot of this being manufactured with a few loud voices.
Well,
and you know what I mean? When you hear person to person and individuals, when they're just talking about, depending on what other side you are, and that's also good for the league, that, you know, individually when they're meeting them, they're kind of like normal, but there is the backlash of this girl's getting more than she deserves, given all the effort previously. But
if we went through
we're past that now.
If we went through the last 2 years of film and said, show me every time that a WNBA player has been knocked down in a non-basketball play to the ground, it's got to be like 80% Caitlin. Like it's
Well,
like, you know what I mean? It's not by coincidence that she's always the one getting tossed around.
No,
like,
you're again, Jordan rules. She's the best player in the league, and the reffing has not matched the need to take her out. I mean, this is just, the league has grown. They are better than they've ever been, and refs don't have control of the games. And that came last night. Keep in mind, that was from the winning coach.
Yeah.
She won last night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just gives you an idea where they sit. And they're going to have to go poach some men's refs from some, I don't know, NCAA. They're going to have to grow this quickly.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is.
You can't do this. It's an attitude. It's a understanding the rhythm of the season. There's all kinds of things that come in to good reffing, and it's far more than just knowing the rules.
Where, like, what's the hierarchy of reffing? You would know this better than me. Like, the best guys go to the NBA, obviously, but then
no, not necessarily. But I mean, it depends on the track you want to take. I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of like you decide, I want to be a D1 ref. I'm going to follow this track, and I'm going to get involved with these refs, and I'm going to test and study and grow this way. You want to be a pro ref, you're going to go this direction because the rules are slightly different and the attitude's a little bit different. You have to kind of choose. Obviously, NFL refs are the highest echelon, they're the highest pay. That's a professional, and that's your singular gig. And for the most part, college refs have other jobs.
They got other jobs, yeah. And I'm sure lady basketball refs have other jobs.
I don't think so. If you're an WNBA ref, I'm pretty sure you're full-time. Or at least reffing women's sports.
They play 30 games a year.
Yeah, but now if they're not, they need to be. You know what I mean? That might be one of the problems. You need to hire professional referees. So that's what I'm saying. That obviously, they're behind the times.
Well, I will say this. To me, it doesn't look good when your biggest star, your best player, who I don't know if she's the best player yet, but she's certainly the biggest star by far, is just getting tossed around. Like, and for the refs to go like, it doesn't seem like a big deal to me. It doesn't feel like.
Well, there is something to that too. I mean, it is the car wreck. It does lend itself to a highlight. You just said it. I see her get knocked down all the time. So there is part of that thread that's helping to grow the game. Poor Kaylin's just getting beat up, but they are going to have to even things out. It is getting to the point where it feels contrived. It's affecting the game.
Yeah. Now, I will say, I don't know if they would kick somebody out of the game in the NBA. Like, if, let's say that happened to Steph Curry. Somebody body-checked Steph and knocked him down. I don't know that he'd get ejected.
No, but
there would at least be, like, a technical
and
foul.
all that kind of stuff. But but this is a league progress. Let's just apply where the WNBA is today and say this is what the NBA was back in 1984.
Okay, so we're just 40 years behind.
Yes, truly. Think about what the NBA was back in 1984. It was Magic and Larry, and they were rebrand. Everything that happened prior was history. Dr. J in that era was done. Things had changed. There was the racial dynamic to it. There was all the things that we're seeing right now going on in the WNBA. It's just 40 years later. And we got it, and we grew into Jordan, and then we grew into the Jordan rules where we were taken out. This is all kind of replaying again. You can see, and it was all a product of the NBA going through some growing pains. I mean, how do you handle these superstars?
These gals wear longer shorts than they did in 84.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those
the nutters were nice.
Yeah, those were the good old days. The good old days. No one does it anymore. I don't know why.
I look back on some of my team pictures and like, yikes, man.
Yeah. Like your hip bone is showing from under your shorts.
And in the day, I never gave it a second thought. That's just what that was the prescribed attire.
Yeah. Yep. It's fun. Like by the time I got to school, like there were multiple guys who quit the wrestling team because they didn't want to wear a singlet. Like, and I was like, well, what? You going to wrestle in shorts and a T-shirt?
Yeah, you don't want to have that loose stuff. They'll choke you.
How's that going to happen? But yeah, it's people are weird about as time's gone on. People and now kids don't even shower at school anymore.
I know. So I think a part of that was we were socialized very different.
Yes,
I mean,
we were.
If you had a body fault, like my feet, everybody knew and we all made fun of it. In fact, that was your nickname.
Yeah, like the gym at my my son's middle school.
Left nut, what's your problem?
I was like, you don't shower after, and he's like, no, the shower, there's like plants growing in it. Like, he's like, no one. He's like, no one uses the shower. No, like literally the like drain? one of the science teachers is like they use the shower room as like a
ours wasn't a science experiment, but it was.
What?
Yeah.
But
it was growing mold in there.
It was. We remember you had to go walk on those little plates that would spray your feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, I wish I'd have used that more.
Oh, at basic training, you didn't have the crazy foot back then, did you?
Well, I had the same foot.
Was it still
No, I think I didn't have the toe at that point.
Okay,
it was still early on. I was
okay. So you had normal.
But I'd already had a couple of knee surgeries. In fact, I had to get into the military. I had to go and have another surgery to have one of the staples removed.
Because I would have said, like, if I would have been in basic training with you and I saw that foot in the shower, I would have said, hey, this guy, he ain't cut out.
This guy.
I can't count on this guy if we're ever in a foxhole together.
This was a different me. I was 20 years old, spitting fire. Man, I was a badass.
I would have said I can't count on him in a foxhole.
Oh, dude, I was Air Force. So you talking about foxhole? Go get me a drink.
Even though the best thing would have been if really, S hit the fan, we could have just held Rob's toe up as a shield.
It's like
everybody laugh.
It's like Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
Hide under my toe.
I'd have to use a mirror to get it up there, but I'd protect you.
It's like Medusa's head, just hold up his foot and everybody's all
just
like,
freezes.
Oh, the enemy just starts barfing.
And I could cut through the doors. I could cut through stuff.
Here's the deal. When they see my toe, they're gonna puke. That's when you got to shoot them. All right.
At their weakest.
All right, let's hit a break. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You make fun of my fault. Dr. Jacob Torres is proud of my feet. In fact, he has talked many times about what I have managed to do all these years. Dr. Torres is my doctor, has been for nearly 10 years. I met him at the Institute for Functional Health back in 2016, weighing 300 pounds. You wonder why my feet hurt now? I'll tell you why. All that weight I carried around for so long. And that was just one of the many things that you deal with when you're overweight. Think of the pressure put on your feet, your knees, your hips, just from being overweight. And I've dealt with it, still dealing with it now, not to mention the health effects of carrying that extra weight. Back in 2016, there were no GLPs. There were nothing else out there other than hard work and getting things done the way that you can maintain without any help. And that's what I did, and that's what Dr. Torres preaches. If you work with Dr. Torres and want to lose weight, he's going to put together a program that works just for you. You get all the coaching and all the supplements and everything that goes along with it as part of the program, with the end result of you not only looking better, but feeling remarkably better. I've never met a physician more active and eager to get you off of medications than Dr. Torres. If it's time to lose weight, if you're ready to commit, there's no better place to go. And let me tell you, after nearly 10 years and 70 pounds, 68 the last measure, I'm still a product of Dr. Torres' teaching and medicine. I want that for you. Call him today at 210-468-1891. Go to his website, iffhealth.com, for more details. If you're ready to lose weight and you want to do it in a way you can live with from now on, call Dr. Torres at the IFF, and I know you're going to thank me later.
In the 80s, everyone was breaking. Break dancing, that is. Lots of moves, spins, flashy colors, and a whole lot of cardboard. Breaking in the 80s was good, but breaking now, not so good. That's why Dave Ramsey recommends Kinetico water softeners in San Antonio and the Hill Country. Seems like many brands of water softeners these days have flashy lights, sounds, and moving parts. Bad news, all those parts are more likely to break and break and break again. With Kinetico water softeners, there are fewer moving parts, and a Kinetico only runs on kinetic energy and is up to 80% more efficient than other competing models. A Kinetico is built to work, not break. That's why a Kinetico is backed by an outstanding 10-year warranty, and right now receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, $400 off with a trade-in of any water softener, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. With a Kinetico, you'll have water soft as parachute pants on the dance floor.
KineticoSA.com.
License number 38961.
When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair has you covered. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quintaplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. Need a whole new pump package? L&S builds custom skid packages too. Don't let knocking pumps or slow flow slow you down. Call L&S Pump Repair 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
Check out the new Lion and Rose Dominion location with us this Friday. The Blitz will be live starting at 2 o'clock with your chance to win Seether and Daughtry tickets, some cool swag, and a $100 Lion and Rose gift card. And we will be live for the best 7 days a week happy hour around with $2.50 drafts, $5 wines and wells, and a list of $5 appetizers. There's always something fun going on at Lion and Rose. It's this Friday starting at 2 o'clock at Lion and Rose Dominion, located off I-10 after the Dominion exit.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
For Father's Day, Centergenics and Low T Center offering free T-tests and weight loss consultations for a limited time. Book your free consultation and T-test now till June 21st and get a free B12 shot for an extra boost of energy. Give the gift of a new start for Father's Day. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
You're at the stadium. Right below us over yonder, there's a sign where you can buy mystery balls.
I want to see what the hell they are, though.
You know, we're not talking about some morning show cat, I can tell you that, but those were a mystery to Mr. Hoffman.
The cat's balls?
I don't know, that was a mystery or an infatuation.
Yeah, I think it was an infatuation.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime! Hey.
Everybody move to the back of the bus. Morning Huddle, the type of show type of show that makes the club get crunked.
Yep.
That's right, baby. Frank, R.I.P. Kitty Big Balls. Never forgotten, always missed.
That's
no
right.
doubt.
Rest in power.
That's right, Bubba. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. My boy. That's my boy.
Speaking of which, there was no cats outside today.
No, I didn't see one today.
When I pulled up, they were all three.
Oh, okay.
They were eating when I pulled up. They kind of scattered into the bushes, but they were there.
I left food, but I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see any when I got here today.
They all are hanging out at the water with the food, and then when I parked, they all went to that where they leave, that little hole in the fence where that water thing is, and they kind of hung out there as I was backing my car in.
Okay.
They were watching. They were wondering why the hell.
Oh, there's a
why
criminal.
Is he backing his car?
There's a criminal here. He's.
So they're like, oh, it's Rob. Oh,
here he is. He's ready to do crime. We
the
better
hell is he
get out of
doing?
here.
He didn't change his battery yet.
That fool. I was telling everybody else over down at the watering hole.
Cat was like, I'm not giving him a jump.
I know.
I'm out.
For all I know, we killed KBB.
I'm out of here.
He was hanging around KBB, and next thing you know, he's gone.
That's right. Here we go.
Uh-oh, what?
Tyrese Halliburton.
MVP.
He has a strained right calf, and he's got to undergo an MRI to figure out how severe it is. Oh, my gosh. Dude, it's the NBA Finals. Are you playing or not?
Oh, he'll play.
Get your ass out there. If I can walk, then I want to play, is what Halliburton says. But he's got the built-in excuse now.
Well, the worst-case scenario for a guy like that, and you don't want to say it out loud because it's not for polite company, but you don't want to be out and them win. That ruins your narrative.
Oh, if you don't want to be out and the Pacers
You don't
win?
want to be sitting and watching and they go into OKC and win because they were doing different stuff. So whenever you question a guy that may or may not play, dude needs to be in the game just to prove his value. Even if he has nothing to do with it and they still win, at least I was on the court. You wouldn't have done it without me. If they go out and do it without him, suddenly the doubt creeps in. And
But also-
the narrative of overrated, all that creeps in everywhere. He'll play. He's going to play.
Also, and I don't know, but if the reason why he stunk so badly in Game 5 was because of this leg.
No, I don't think he'll hang that on there. But
then don't be on the floor because he was a detriment to the team.
Detriment's a broad. How much better or worse is it without him? And you think about who's third-string point guard. You know, how does that affect my total offense?
Johnny Furphy.
Yeah, and Furphy actually played.
Yeah,
he's dreamy, by the way. It sucks because he's in this weird place. Because no other player's in the place that Halliburton is. Because he's trying to outplay a narrative.
He's already
time,
overperformed expectations.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's trying to overplay and outplay a narrative that he's overrated, and at the same time, try to win a title, knowing full well I'm a bit of a detriment right now. At least people are telling him that, or because you're going to have to change the way you're playing. He's in a tough spot, and he's kind of the damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you're not good enough to play, you shouldn't, but you better play because we need you.
I mean, it is a weird spot because if he doesn't play and they lose, then people are gonna be like, "Oh, he said it because his calf hurt."
Yeah, like, man, they needed you of all the times. Yeah,
no balls, no guts.
See, he's damned and then if he does and he's limping around, like, dude, you're in the way. So
basically, what he's got to go do is like be Willis Reed and like
Well, you know what people don't remember about Willis Reed is he only played like 7 minutes and didn't even make it to the second half.
He's got to be Kirk Gibson and
that's it.
hit the home run and. Like walk around the bases because he can't run.
Exactly, and the sad thing is he's kind of already done it, but he did it too early.
Yeah.
You know, if you do it tonight now or tomorrow night, then now we're talking. But yeah, he's in a tough spot, and what makes it even worse is everybody on Oklahoma City is feeling real good right now. I mean, they couldn't have played a more appropriate Oklahoma City game getting ready to go into Indiana. My whole goal, if I'm on the Thunder, is I want to play in front of crickets. I'm going to make that place so quiet. I'm going to hear you guys snap open your beers.
Miles Turner yelled several times to teammates as they walked to the visiting locker room after they lost on Monday. It's a series, brother. It's a series. Saying that it is not over. The fact is we have another opportunity. That's it. We're going back to one of the best playoff environments in the league. That's why I was yelling out to my teammates walking in front of me. I said that because your emotions are very fresh after the game. It's very easy for younger players to put their head down and be dejected. Somebody has to speak, and I was just getting that message going. That's the other thing about the Pacers are in such a weird spot because the guy that probably should be their leader is Halliburton, and he not only did he play like crap, but he's hurt. Siakam is just not a vocal dude. So a lot of it does fall to Miles Turner, who, I mean, quite frankly, hasn't been that good in this series. So it's
are we worried that their motivation in there? I mean, I'm glad he said it, but they all know the position they're in.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not sure who the team leader is.
I mean, he's the one who's been there the longest.
Yeah.
He's been there for 10 years.
Wow.
So
it's been that long since he came out of Texas. Wow. Yeah, he probably is the team leader, and it has to be said, but everybody knows. I mean, this isn't their first rodeo.
But yeah, I mean, obviously they're gonna go out and give it their all, but
yeah, whenever you talk about Game 7 and you go, yeah, they're gonna go try, and then you have to inhale, but yeah, that's how everybody feels today.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you wake up to know that Halliburton would have to be near death to not suit up. But you know your best guy, or at least your most appropriate dude, ain't going to be there. And he does, even if he's not playing well, he does gather a fair amount of attention. So it makes the other guy's job a little bit easier. But this is a tough place to be.
There's Sydney Sweeney standing over by the bar.
Yeah. I actually turned left to look. Where?
I'm gonna try to take her home. I'm gonna do my best to take her home tonight. So and then you go.
Good luck with that. I'm with you, man. I'm 100% behind you, man.
I hope
if you
works
need
out.
me, call me. I'm here to help. But good luck.
Hope it works out. Hope it works out. Meanwhile, she's like, then she, after I hit on her, she goes over to Rob and is like, "Can you give me a ride home? This guy's a creep." And then Rob's like, "Sure." And they go out and his car doesn't start.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. Let me take my sock off and tweak this battery. You have any wire cutters?
G says Halliburton most of the time occupies OKC's best defender. That'll be his only value. I mean, that's one thing.
A value.
Maybe, but if he's...
It's like being the crash test dummy.
If he is limited, though, and they're like, okay, well, let's put Dort over on Nembhard instead.
Well, I can say this. The thing that will keep him off is his ability to play defense. If he can't defend his dude, that's the thing that'll keep him off. Well, offensively, you can manipulate and you can find and you can get your way through if you're not mobile. But defense, you're exposed. And the moment you're exposed, you got to go.
He ain't great there to begin with.
That's what I'm saying. No, you're right. He weighs $105 wet. So that will at the end of the day is what'll keep him off the court. I literally just can't have you out there, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Pacers don't really have an option. Like it's because imagine
you're a Belmont guy.
Yeah, but imagine Carlisle doesn't put him out there in key moments or something like, and they lose, and then Carlisle's got to deal with that. You'd be much better off if you're Carlisle. You say, man, he told me he can play. I put him out there. He's my best guy. I gotta give him a shot to play. It's a lot easier to explain that away than the opposite.
Absolutely, and I think. Carlisle has a little bit of freedom. He's been here and he knows this is an uphill swim. I mean,
what I'm really saying is Carlisle, at least, if he doesn't play, Carlisle will say, "Oh, well, he just wasn't healthy enough to go," because you want to. Because what Carlisle will do is take the heat off of Halliburton, because that's what guys like me are chomping at the bit for, to see Halliburton ask out of the game and to go, "Told you, this guy he's not him."
And, Carlisle won't say it out loud and probably hadn't admitted it to himself. But 3 days from now, 4 days from now, 3 days from the loss.
3 weeks from now,
when
the next game happens.
The Pacers are going to be celebrating a phenomenal season. They're going to. This is going to be a brutal loss. I get the sense it could be like last night in Edmonton. It could be one of the just beatdowns, especially if Halliburton is limping around. That it'll be a brutal defeat at home, much like what Edmonton went through. But it'll be like Edmonton last year. Hey, man, we're going to regroup and come back. Well, this was a phenomenal year. And I think with the Pacers, when they get done and get by Wednesday of next week, they're going to look at themselves and go, yeah, this is a great year. We're not so sad. All we need is X, and they'll carry on. But right now, you're fighting just to stay above water.
Oklahoma City up to a 6.5-point favorite. So it was 6 yesterday, 6.5
It'll
now.
Be 7 by the time we tip.
There's already 7 starting to pop.
It's 7.5. The money's going to come in late, and it's going to be heavy on Oklahoma. It will be, especially with this news with Halliburton.
There's only been one game that Oklahoma City didn't take late money, and that was Game 5 when the Pacers took late money and then didn't cover. So, but the Thunder have not done a good job of covering on the road. That is something that they have struggled with.
That's a true statement, but they win. They just haven't covered.
Yeah, so I don't know that I'm even going to bet this game, which there is something to, like, am I really going to sit out the last game of the year maybe? But I think I might, just because if it goes to a Game 7 and it's a 9.5, 10 again, I'll be on the Thunder.
Yeah, I'll probably be on. I think the Pacers will cover. I don't think whatever that line ends up with. I think it'll be a fight, but as far as DFS goes and OK City dudes, I'm going the over on the more on a lot of things.
Yeah, and I'm going lower on a lot of Halliburton things, just because I don't know how they put them on the floor.
And they extrapolate that into their offense. It's going to be only your shot makers are going to score. So Siakam's numbers should go up because he's going to have to be a shot maker. And pick whoever you think is going to be lucky whether it's Toppin or Naismith, and pick the other dude. But for the most part, the offense is stutter.
Chris says if they extend the series, I don't see Indiana winning 2 in a row.
No.
He thinks it's over tomorrow. Claymore says he thinks Oklahoma City ends it in Game 6. I think Game 5, there was a lot of people who were either hoping in Indiana or starting to actually believe in Indiana, and Game 5 kind of threw a wet blanket on all of that.
It's one of those worst nightmares where you go, oh, this is what they were talking about.
Yeah. That's what they can be when they're good. I think that there's fewer people now who believe that there's a realistic possibility. But again, it's still sitting out there, 10-1,
and it's a young team.
$100 will make you 1,000.
And I'll say it again: the hardest thing to do in sports is to close a home team out. It's just weird things happen.
So if you think they can do it, you still got your shot. All right, let's take a break. We'll continue talking NBA Finals on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
'Tis the season. It's summer. Get away. Take the fam. Go have yourself a fantastic weekend with no worries about your pets. That's where Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit comes in. You know, over the summers, you want to plan those quick getaways, and a lot of times those things don't come together till right beforehand. You want to have the safety, the security of knowing there's some place out there that not only will take care of your pets, but pamper them while they're there. Your pups, your cats deserve the very best. You're giving it to them. Why not go to Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit to take care of them while you're gone? Whether it's daily, weekly, overnight, they can take care of your babies as well as you can. Wonderful facilities. I recommend heading out to their location. They're out in Selma, right off 35, just past Gilman Auto. But go to their website, mybunkinbiscuit.com. If you're brand new to them, they got great specials for you. But if you're wanting to pamper your pup, they got grooming and massaging. They've even got a bedtime tuck-in with a treat. A video where you can follow your pets all day long. Let me tell you, there's nothing closer to my heart than my babies. And I trust mine to Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. So should you. 24/7 on-site care, webcam access, all that you need, all that you deserve for your babies. That's at Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. Take your babies there, and you can come thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay continues to be on the northeast side on 35, southbound Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard. This is road work, and it's got the roadway reduced to one lane, 55-minute delay, slow from Schertz Parkway. If you need an alternate route, you can try Lookout or Nacogdoches. 281 southbound at Bassey, getting reports of some debris in the 2 right lanes. 410 eastbound at Morrison, that's a stall off to the shoulder, and another stall at 35 southbound at Malone, right shoulder blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
People always say, Ryan, why don't you take it easy? Relax a little bit. Well, that's what the Staples Easy button is for. Just press it for quality products, friendly experts, and services like print, travel, or shipping, because we can't do it all. All right, guys? Thanks, Staples. That was easy.
L&S Pump Repair Machine Shop, your go-to for saltwater disposal and pump repairs, on-site service 24/7, parts on hand, and full pump packages ready to roll. Call L&S 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair has you covered. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quintaplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. Need a whole new pump package? L&S builds custom skid packages too. Don't let knocking pumps or slow flow slow you down. Call L&S Pump Repair 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are just 1 week away from the NBA draft. What in the world are the Spurs going to do?
Kevin Durant.
Please.
And we'll have all the rumors, all the reaction, and we talk about complicated contracts in the NFL. Just how complicated? We'll try to answer that.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That little blonde gal is she's a feisty one, isn't she?
You're looking at this the wrong way, man. I think you're watching this not for the sport of the thing.
Is this Greg Shelton's daughter?
No.
Oh, how do you know, Vic?
I just know. I tried.
If so, if that's in his genes, I underestimated him.
She's already 8 inches taller than he is.
Maybe 6.
I mean, she's 6 feet tall.
Is she really? No, she's not. Not in real life. She can't be 6 feet tall.
I don't know, man.
Oh, well, maybe. But look at her, poke Caitlin in the eye. Oh, what are you gonna do about it, girl? D. Boom, and that just punked her out. Got her flopping around, and then, gosh, I'm telling you. This is no, I'm not even gonna say it. I don't need to go down this road. I don't need to. You know, I sometimes I talk about some of these lady basketball players. I'm like, oh, she's cute, blah blah blah. If Caitlin Clark were like, if Caitlin Clark looked like Cameron Brink, imagine what kind of star power we would be talking. Like, we would be talking Tiger Woods. Like,
no, we wouldn't.
You don't think so?
No.
You think people would take her less seriously?
No, I think. We have that. We've had beautiful basketball players in the past
that are actually like the best player though.
Candace is beautiful.
Candace Parker.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she
is
hot.
beautiful, and she was one of the best. So no, it's the sport. I mean, it's just. I mean, Caitlin's as close as we've ever gonna get.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
To a megastar.
And she's still becoming. She's going to be one of those top 5 in the world kind of stars.
You think so?
Well, I mean, as far as she'll be the woman's contingent. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So she'll be up there on that grand scheme because she's the best.
Although I guess that like Caitlin Clark is going to be known in ways like there's going to be more people who know who Caitlin Clark is than say Paul Skeens.
Oh, easily.
You know,
easily. Oh,
and I mean, Paul Skeens is probably going to win a Cy Young this year. He's ridiculous. I mean, if you haven't seen this guy throw a baseball, it really is absurd. But there's going to be people who don't care about sports at all who know who Caitlin Clark is because it's going to be a pop culture thing.
She's selling insurance right now. I mean, that logo
you're right.
thing.
You're right.
So she is that big. Yeah.
Man.
You know, I remember when I was working at EA Sports and they were bringing in they were dropping all these games for the Wii. Mm-hmm. And they brought in the superstars of all the games that they had. So, you know, Messi was there, and Tiger was there, and Federer was there, and John Cena was there. Well, John isn't the same as those three as far as world renowned, but he brought a contingent.
Oh,
I mean, so
he's probably more famous than them.
So Caitlin brought a contingent. Will bring a contingent. If you brought everybody together, she's way down there. But as far as her group, yes, sir, she's got a cover. She's got some fun. And that was, to me, when we talk about that, Cena isn't nearly as big, but in that group and the group he brought with, yeah, man, he belonged in that crowd.
Do you know when they play the Commissioner Cup final for the WNBA?
Is it like in the next couple of days?
No, it's July 1st.
I thought we were in like well, I get it. It's weird. Don't they have to like play their way through like the NBA? I don't understand this whole thing, but I thought they stopped and played the tournament and then went back to work.
Apparently not. I mean, it's July 1st is the.
Well, it's not that far away. 2 weeks.
I mean, yeah, but why not just finish it off here?
It's silly. I don't understand this. This is
imagine
international
that
stuff.
NBA,
Soccer guys are going to have to explain this to me.
The NBA in-season tournament. Imagine we say, okay, this is the championship of the in-season tournament. We'll play it in a month. You guys go back to playing the regular season now. It would be crazy.
Well, it kind of is the regular season, though. You could tell. I mean, what are they doing different? I thought the WNBA stopped their regular season, went 3 or 4 days, or however long it took, played the tournament, and then, or took a week. That was the tournament, and then went back to business. The NBA, the games are part of the season, except for one game, right?
Yeah.
Just the championship game is added. So you could play it. You could have a championship game in May for all I care. I still don't give a damn about the thing anyway.
Wow.
You know, and I get I guess they're trying to build. They're only playing 30 games. It's not like they.
I mean, I guess, but it's like everybody's like, oh, they advanced to the championship, and then it's like, well,
that's 2 weeks from now.
Well, yeah, we'll bring that back in 2 weeks. All right.
Well, Caitlin's playing. That's all that matters.
So Claymore says Candace Parker had a child with Sheldon Campbell.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought,
and didn't she get a dude out of prison too?
I thought she had a wife.
No, she's not gay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I would have bet money. That she's got a wife.
I don't think she's gay.
I think she's married to like a Russian gal.
That was a movie you saw.
No, I got to figure this out. This is blowing my mind. Maybe she used to not be. Maybe she used to. I don't know. Maybe Claymore seems to know her personal life. Is Candace now on the other team?
Yes, she is gay.
Oh,
she's
see?
married to Anna Petrakova, former professional basketball player from Russia.
Anya Petrakova.
2019. Doesn't change my view of her. I think she's beautiful.
But she got a baby with Sheldon Campbell.
I mean, that's the only way you can do it. You have to. There has to be.
I guess so.
You have to have the X and the Y to create.
Yes, God, it's so annoying, right?
So annoying. Thank God we're still needed.
So annoying. Claymore says Google is free, bro.
It certainly is.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, but she was one of the best playing.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was a hot chick too. I mean, I don't know how she's looking these days, but like when she was coming out of college, I was like, ooh, look at her.
I looked her up the second line of search. How did I just find out that Candace Parker is gay?
See, sometimes
how did I just find this out?
You found out from me because I am an expert source on the sexuality of lady basketball players. If anyone wants to know, anybody who's curious,
let me check my book here. Hold on.
If you say, is this lady basketball player gay or straight?
According to my notes, she just experimented in college.
I know all the answers. All the answers. Not all of them, but only of the attractive ones. Although there was one that
man can dream.
No, Edwin told me one the other day. I was like, "Oh, she's cute," and he's like, "No, not for you." I forget which one it was. Was it Paige Beckers?
I don't know.
Okay, because she is on the other team. I'm pretty sure that's who he was talking about. He's like, oh, she's cute. But see, Chris says he always thought Candace was fine. Found out she was gay like 2 years ago and was disappointed. I mean, that's the way it usually goes.
Yeah, they're better.
But that's what we get for being pigs, all of us.
They have the equipment. They get to play with it all the time.
But
we only get it sometimes. You know
we,
what I mean?
as a people, as men, have ruined it. We can't have nice things anymore, and that's why more chicks are going over to the other side, to the dark side, away from us, away from our side.
My feet. I blame my feet.
It's your toe fungus.
It's my toes. But for my toes.
Do you think Anya Petrikova has that crazy toenail?
I'm pretty
no
sure.
way.
Well, she got some kind of Russian toe problem. I don't know what it is.
Oh man! All right, the finals tomorrow. I guess the thought is it's starting to see, like you said, it seems like more and more people are feeling it's going to be over in Game 6. I really think this, and it seems kind of simple. If Halliburton is himself, I give them a real chance to win this game at home. I still think the end result will be the same because in Oklahoma City, I do think that it's going to go that way.
But the muscle strain is enough to sway so much money. I mean, it's because if it wasn't for a miracle shot in Game 1, we're already done. You know, so I just don't think it's in the cards, and I think money's going to follow it.
Oh, Claymore says that she turned in her second statement. How did I miss that? No, I don't even see that. I'm looking through. I don't see that anywhere. So I don't know. Maybe I'm missing out on things, Claymore. Maybe you are blocked by the YouTubes if you say bad words or naughty words. I don't know what you said, Claymore, but I didn't see you say that. So it's not in the feed. If, and this is the biggest if, I think the biggest key for Indiana is limiting turnovers. That is obviously it's very easy to say and not very easy to do against this team, but I think that's the only way. If they're sloppy with the ball again, they've got no chance. The other thing is Indiana 14-0 in the postseason when they score 110 points. 0-7 when they don't.
So think about the job that Rick Carlisle has to get in front of his guys. The only way we win is if we score 110 points against the best defense in the last decade in 15, and stop the turnover. So play as fast as you can because we got to get to 110.
But you can't turn it over.
But you can't turn it. So no risky passes. You know, think, dribble, think. Do all the little things like you're in 7th grade, but we need 110 points against 4 of the best on-ball defenders that have ever lined up together. So good luck with it. And, oh, by the way, your starting point guard's got a bad leg. So go out there and remember, don't turn the ball over because that'll be it. It's a very fine line. To me, turnovers are important, but not tomorrow, man. I need buckets, 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 buckets. And if we get the buckets, the turnovers will take care of themselves. But go and your first thought is for everybody, how are we going to score in the next 3 seconds? There is no waiting. There is no 24-second clock. There is a 10-second clock. First one to the rim wins. That's the only way they're going to be able to compete. The good news is if you can do that a couple times, you get the crowd momentum working for you, and then things get easier. But you're going to have to go, go, go. And to me, turnovers be damned, and that's why they're going to lose. They're going to turn it over and get beat.
I think the scary thing also is that it felt like Game 5 for maybe the first time in this series, Oklahoma City kind of found an offensive rhythm.
As J-Dub will, however he wants to go. Yes.
The defense is you feel like is going to be steady, but if they hit 44% from 3, nobody has a chance in hell to beat them. I don't think they'll do that again. That was they shot 14 of 32 from 3. That seems unsustainable to me for this team anyway. But if they're even remotely that efficient, you're in trouble no matter what.
Again, buckets, buckets, buckets. You're going to have to keep up. You're going to have to keep up because they're not going to. They might not shoot 44. I doubt they will, but they're going to. This team has consistently hit big threes. They might not hit a lot of them, but I know when they needed them, they've gotten them.
Well, they got 10 of 16 shooting from Jalen Williams, Aaron Wiggins, and Kaysen Wallace.
Well, Kaysen finally woke up. And the thing that has been in this series is he was below the mean. He's finally coming back to who he is. He's not a terrible shooter. He was like 0 for 8, I think, up until last game. Yeah, the nightmare is Kaysen comes back to the mean, and no one expects Jay to get 40. But if there's a combination of 3 dudes and 75 points from Oklahoma, it's over. They've lost. There's no way Indiana can beat 3 dudes scoring 25 each. They can survive 2 of them. I mean, they can survive. But now that Jay is a legitimate threat and one other could find their way, whether it's Wiggins hitting 6 or 8, this is a proposition that it's just going to be – they're almost overwhelmed. They've run out of fingers to fill the leaks.
I think you're probably right. And what's funny is Shea's had it's so funny to diminish what Shea's done in these finals. Shea has not been great in these finals. He's going to win the finals MVP, but he's not been as good as he was, say, last series.
You're right. Been great.
He's been appropriate.
He's
been solid.
Yeah, he's been appropriate.
God forbid they start. He finds a rhythm in one of these last 2 games.
Yeah, wait till he really looks good and gets his 50.
Yeah, then it's. But if that happens, we know it's over anyway. All right, we're halfway there on Hump Day. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. Hump Day!
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
School's out, summer's in, and that vacation countdown is officially on. But what about your 4-legged MVP? Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuit in Selma has your furry family member covered. Daycare, boarding, grooming, and training, they've got it all. They're built for your pet's health, happiness, and tail-wagging good times. If you're in the military, your teacher, or your first responder, they've got barking good exclusive discounts. So go ahead, book that trip, hit the beach, crush your summer plans. Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuit has your pet in good hands. Because home away from home isn't just for humans. Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuits in Selma.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, turn your military rank into college credit. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Visit umgc.edu/SATX to learn more.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
L&S Pump Repair Machine Shop, your go-to for saltwater disposal and pump repairs, on-site service 24/7, parts on hand, and full pump packages ready to roll. Call L&S 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like they just picked up the road work at 35 southbound Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard. However, with the combination of rush hour, it's still slow, so expect delays starting right around FM 3009. 281 southbound at Isom, that's some debris in the roadway blocking the median, and a stall at 151 westbound Callahan taking up the left lane. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. That number, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In Spurs news, when it comes to Kevin Durant, rumors continue to swirl on the Pat McAfee show. ESPN insider Sham Charania said there's more motivated teams than the Spurs, those being Miami, Minnesota, and Houston. He also stated the Spurs may be stocking assets for a potentially bigger move, bigger player, and someone that may fit their roster and timeline more appropriately. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
8:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I think something might be in the work to make me a rock and roll DJ. We can't really talk about it yet, but I think there might be something working.
Your podcast is going to be nice. That's going to be a good one. I can't wait.
The crock pot is on.
Yep. Is that what you're going to call your podcast?
The crock pot?
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You can't do rock and roll DJ podcasting, though. Like, you have to have...
Well, I mean...
But we'll figure it out. I don't want to get in too deep yet. This is a very top secret mission. This is serious business.
Manhattan Project. Project Marvel, but different.
Expect it. Expect it. Hey, let's give away some tickets. I got some tickets for you. How about
what do we got?
All Time Low?
Yeah.
Which
there were jokes there, but I won't.
Yeah. This is what Rob's podiatrist was at yesterday. And everyone's talking.
The apex of my career.
Everyone's talking about Rob's toes, the all-time low. The World Tour, October 26th at the Boeing Center at Techport.
Yeah.
2 tickets to go see All Time Low. Let's go with caller number 5. You will get to go see these guys rock the house.
It's been a minute since we given away anything at the Tech Port.
I know. I think it's a great venue.
Yeah.
You know what I think it's a great venue for is boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw boxing matches there. It's great for that, man. Perfect setup.
It's also designed in a back room over there, that whole esports. They've got a whole esports wall going on.
Oh, do they?
It's pretty crazy.
Never been in that room.
I took a tour when they opened. I haven't been back in since. But
really?
It's been about a year since I've been down there. Need to make a point.
Wouldn't it be fun to go play a video game? Just play your.
Oh man, isn't that a dream? Have you been to the one in Vegas?
I haven't been to it.
It
no.
looks it's
like
the
it's at the Luxor,
yeah.
the big one there, and it's it's almost the size of a building.
Dude, your media room now, it's pretty close. Just move your chair a little closer, dude.
Not quite, but yeah, it's on its way. Yeah, that is one of the coolest features of my new house. Is there's a room that's done. Nothing happens in there except TV and video games. That's it.
Big screen Madden coming.
Man, I haven't played Madden in a couple years. I don't know. I haven't played video games in a long time. I don't know what to play if I did play a video game.
It's funny. I go in waves. I still every now and then sit down and play something. But I thought that NCAA football's return was going to get me back in. That I love that game so much and played it for years, and it didn't. It didn't. I was so excited about dynasties and doing all that.
You bought it?
Well, my sons bought it.
Okay.
And it just didn't light the fire.
See, I wanted to play it, but unfortunately, I had just moved here, and my PlayStation 5, which I say my PlayStation 5.
It's yours. You bought
it. I bought it. It's mine.
Even though they have ownership.
I've played about a half of a percent of what's ever been played on that machine, but that's the only way I could get it. So I had a PlayStation 4 down here, which I never played anyway, but I had access to it.
Dude, I was PS4 Call of Duty through COVID, man. It got me through.
Oh yeah,
I played a lot of that, and so did my kids. But after there was no longer a necessary, I could leave the house. I just put it away again. I don't know if I kind of lost the drive.
Yeah, I would like to play the college football game, but maybe I'll wait for next year.
Well, I'm still on. It's for those unaware, I worked there for a minute, and I'm still on these larger chat groups. And I saw yesterday or in the last week that in this iteration, I guess it's dropped. I'm not sure of NCAA 25. I guess quarterback's got some scramble ability, which has been desperately needed.
Okay.
For a minute. So there's a couple of upgrades that are coming.
Why haven't they done a college basketball game again?
The whole basketball driver's got a problem. See, it's the same game whether it's college basketball or NBA, and 2K just kicked EA's ass for a long time.
EA was NBA Live, right?
Yeah, I was there. It was NBA Live.
NBA Live was great early on, like 95, 96. And precursor to NBA Live was like Bulls versus Blazers. Like that's what it was. And then you're right. When 2K came around, they just did their platform was just better.
They were. And then when I was my last couple of years there, the last time we really focused on live, we had actually stolen the lead engineer from Blizzard who was running 2K, and they brought him back in, and we improved the drive a little bit, but the investment just wasn't there. They've just kind of punted and given basketball.
They've kind of lost it now.
Well, what they decided to focus on, if you follow EA, is they went to more the arcade version of basketball. They went to the street version, NBA Street, all those. They kind of focus more on the arcade side instead of the gameplay side.
But I still think the greatest sports game that's ever been made was NHL 94 on Sega Genesis.
When you looked at the way EA did their design work, NHL, well, actually their lead dog is soccer. FIFA.
The FIFA, yeah.
But it's the same driver. It's the same game, just on just faster on hockey. So all the investment goes to FIFA. All the newest and best goes to FIFA, but that at the same time, that's eminently transferable to NHL. It's the same gameplay. So that was always all the new stuff started there, and it trickled down. So if it was applicable, it was used in other games, but the investment was always there. And then Madden was second, but you could still use a lot of the gameplay, a lot of the motors. But basketball was behind that. Fewer players, smaller space, different moves, jumping is involved, and it was just the investment required to have a great game. They just didn't want to do it.
It's a damn shame. Although I guess it's something too, like if you know your beat,
Yeah, and 2K,
Just
I think
beat
they
it.
admit it is just a great game there for a while. Now, I think gameplay with NBA Live has returned. I think if you're going apples to apples, it's close.
They still make it?
Yeah, it's still around.
I thought they gave up the
That's
series
not
altogether.
done. It's not done. I think there's a contract with NBA.
Okay.
I say that. I haven't bought an NBA Live in 5 years, so I act like they have just because I hadn't heard otherwise. But that's how the games are driven. FIFA gets the good stuff, and it all dribbles from there.
Speaking, let's see. Keep It Sports says he has NHL 94 for Sega Genesis.
Oh, Sega!
I swear, this is not a. I'm dead serious. Keep It Sportsy. I took my son to like a card and comic book show in Vegas like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and somebody had a Sega Genesis for sale. And NHL 94, and I almost bought it. And my wife would have been so angry with me, but because I don't even know if I don't know if the TV I have will even do new TVs even like plug in the coax cable?
No, but there's an
no
adapter.
HDMI on the Genesis.
You can get an adapter.
Okay. Yeah, because
adapter.
I don't think my TV even has a coax thing that I could.
No, you'd have to
screw
get
into.
an adapter that would make it
An
coax.
HDMI on one side, and then
I would love to have that.
My 94 was great, but I played NHL back in 92, 91 when I think of.
I never played
There were still
any of those
blockheads
games.
back then.
He says, what were they selling it for? I think the system was $200, and then the games were like $15 or something like that. This is a guy who, nobody's buying these games unless you're
a collector.
Super into. But he had like cases of like boxes full of games. And I was like, oh man, I would love that. And I don't know why, but in my because that's what was big when I was a kid. Like my favorite video game era was that Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo era where it was like
Mine was Atari with asteroids and.
See, that's how it started, and then it was immediately after that. It was Sega for us.
So
Sega was after that. That's
so
right.
for me, it was I had both. I had a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis because some games were just built better for each. So like Street Fighter 2 was a Super Nintendo game.
Oh yeah.
Mortal Kombat was a Sega Genesis.
See, I was
game.
always Sega and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
but I migrated from there. Then the Xboxes were where I went. I didn't go PlayStation until PlayStation 4. I was always Xbox.
I think I would guess in probably 1993, 92, 93, when I was 12 or 13 years old, I fully believe. Now, I can't prove this. Like when I played Madden, like I played pretty seriously in Madden for a while, like to where I was in a national tournament and I made the final 8 of the national tournament.
I used to MC those things.
Did you?
Yeah.
If I had made it one more round, I would have gotten to play in Times Square in New York.
Yeah, I used to do those.
I lost, so I'm a loser.
What was your team?
I usually use the Falcons.
Did you Did you have 2 plays?
No.
right.
I was real serious. I felt like a football coach, Rob. Although I will say on defense, I used basically 3 plays on defense.
I worked mostly the NBA Live tours, and by that point, they labbed the game down to one high pick and roll, and for a couple years, it was Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady, unstoppable. If you won the tip, you won the game.
Oh yeah. Well, so I knew where I stood as a Madden player. I have no idea where I would have stood at 12 or 13 years old as a Street Fighter 2 player.
Oh,
but
finish him.
There was nobody who could beat me. Nobody I knew could beat me, and I was taking money off kids at school. Like, you want to come over and play? If you think you're good, we can come play. But now I wasn't as good in the arcade. Like on the big version, I wasn't as good. On a Super Nintendo, though, on the sticks, what I call it sticks. My kids make fun of me for calling their controllers. I call them sticks.
It is the controller, yes.
But I just call them sticks. But on the sticks, nobody was beating me at Street Fighter 2. I believe I was one of the best in the world at 13 years old. I'm just saying, I can't. There's no way for me to prove it, but there's no way for anyone to disprove it either.
I was like that at Galaga.
Galaga?
The upright, yeah.
Upright. Well, Galaga I was good at, but if we're talking about arcade games, wasn't Tetris. It was, what's the one where it spun around?
Tempest.
Oh,
I love Tempest.
Tempest, man.
And Defender.
I could throw down for until we got to the red outline where it was going way too fast, but for about 4
that and the Star
levels.
Wars game too.
Dude.
Yeah, the Star Wars game too. Like all of that, like Santikos theaters. We'd always go to the movies like an hour before it started because we were in the arcade.
At Century
that was
South.
It. Yeah, that was our entertainment.
That
was it.
David says GOAT video game of the past was GoldenEye. The thing about GoldenEye
was deep, man.
It was
deep.
a great game, especially for the time. Now, the Call of Duties and things like that make GoldenEye seem silly. But the only reason it seemed silly was one of the reasons why I would be pretty good at GoldenEye was because I would always watch my opponent's screen. Like I knew exactly where he was, and it's hard for people to focus on. Just like you're focused on your game, like you know what I mean. But when all the players are on one screen,
right?
I'll just look at yours and say, okay, that's where you're on. Okay,
I think I last had GoldenEye about 2008. You know, the game that really changed for me was a game called SOCOM.
Okay,
you ever play SOCOM?
Yeah,
it was where you could talk to your platoon and call them forward.
Yep.
That's what really got me into first-person shooters. What was that, about 95, 96, I think? It was
maybe it's a little later than that.
Maybe a little bit later. But once I got SOCOM, that was really, it changed me from, Mario Kart, but for the most part, it was Madden. That's what I played. But I went to first-person shooter and SOCOM, and then the Call of Duties and Modern Warfare's hit. But SOCOM changed it for me.
My first probably year and a half, 2 years in radio, I did mornings, and I was a 24-year-old kid. I was not cut out to do mornings, so my sleep schedule was just a disaster. But I spent basically all of my days with my buddy Drew, and we would sit in the apartment and get super baked and play Mario Kart for literally 5 or 6 hours a day.
Years I've wasted playing Mario Kart back in the day. And I know my kids the same way. Mario Kart has not changed as far as the time suck. It's been 30 years that people, you sit in front of a time could start and it's 8 hours later.
And I don't know why. Like, I've got no interest in any other race car game.
I don't know
Give
why.
me Mario Kart.
I went up even 2 years ago, walked into the fraternity house, and there's like 9 dudes playing Mario Kart.
Like,
this is still happening. It's still a thing.
NASCAR makes video games. And I got a NASCAR game once, and
that's another EA game.
I was like, maybe this will be fun. It sucks. You know what's fun is once you start losing, because
people out.
You will lose. Just turn around and go backwards on the track. And you think you're going to win, Jeff Gordon? Not today, Bubba. Yeah. Not you see that rainbow DuPont car coming? You ain't winning today. Dale's going to win. I think of it as a teammate. Oh, my teammate's going to win because you sure aren't. All right. Caden says he guarantees he's the best MK11 player listening to the show.
Mortal Kombat 11. What year is that?
Maybe he means Mortal Kombat 2. That's probably what he means.
I was about to say 11. That's recent. But
I don't
back
know,
in
man.
the day, man. I worked at a place for about 6 months. It was a sales place. Doesn't matter what we were selling. But we would compete for
aquariums.
Well, we would compete for leads playing Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
So, I mean, your livelihood depended on it.
Yeah. I was pretty good. There was another game. So I was good at Street Fighter 2. I was elite at Street Fighter 2. I was really good at Mortal Kombat 2. There was another game called Killer Instinct. I don't know if you guys ever played Killer Instinct, but it was like a knockoff game of those two, and I got pretty good at that. And then it never amounted to anything because like when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was get good enough at video games that I could beat other kids at it. But no, like Killer Instinct never caught on to where enough people wanted to play it that it mattered.
You weren't king unless you left your name at the top of the Pac-Man best score at the skating rink.
Oh, I mean that's pretty hardcore. That's good.
You were God when you did that.
I did that, what I would try to get on the board at Mr. Gaddy's. The sit down,
the Ms.
Pac-Man.
The table. I love those.
Yeah, Miss Pac-Man, always elite. Always elite. What a great game. All right, let's hit a break.
Finish him.
When we come back, I want to talk about a little bit of an NBA draft rumor. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Carbach. My friends over at Carbach. Eric came on with us yesterday, talked about some of the new stuff that's going on. Lil Flip going to be at the brewery out there, a 713 day on July 13th. But they always have stuff brewing. Check them out online or on their Instagram, see what's going on there. But as far as the beer goes, man, they're taking more chances. They're trying things out. I love it. I love an experimental brewery, and that's what they're doing. Rhubarb is a great example of what they've been doing lately. It's the latest in their fun series. It is a strawberry, rhubarby, raspberry-ish kind of beer. Not quite a sour. They call it a field beer, but it is the perfect poolside beer for the summertime. I can tell you that. And it's not a super high ABV. It's not going to get you wrecked. It's just a good all-day drinking beer. If that's not your thing, no big deal. Love Street is their best seller. There's always Hopadillo, always Crawford Bock, always Ziegenbach, always something. And it's all over San Antonio. So you can get it in the grocery stores and the liquor stores, but it's at all the bars and restaurants too. So when you're out and about, go and ask your bartender to please make it a Carbach.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District knows that life moves fast and the last thing you want is to miss out due to an illness. Vaccines are safe and help your immune system fight off serious disease that can stop or change your plans. They protect you, the people you love, and can prevent you from getting sick. Let's get vaccinated because when it comes to your health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson. I'm a personal injury attorney, and since 1994, I've been helping people and their families seriously injured or killed by negligent drivers. My website is alawyerforus.com. I use that phrase because I know that there's no way a regular San Antonian can possibly beat a billion-dollar insurance company alone. You will need an experienced attorney to stand up for you and get what you and your family deserve. This month, my father will retire after 50 years of practicing law, doing what he taught me to do, help people in need. Stand up for the people that cannot. Use the skills you have to help the people in your community when and where you can. When an insured driver seriously injures someone, a billion-dollar insurance company uses everything it can to pay as little as possible. Every insurance company you have heard of has a very large staff of attorneys already working against you. If you or a family member has been seriously injured because of a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson, as soon as you can after a collision. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store. Start with Stable.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic.
With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are just 1 week away from the NBA draft. What in the world are the Spurs going to do?
Kevin Durant.
Please.
And we'll have all the rumors, all the reaction, and we talk about complicated contracts in the NFL. Just how complicated? We'll try to answer that.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Summertime here on the Morning Huddle, 94.1. Herb says I couldn't be touched in Street Fighter or Tekken. Bro, Herb.
Tekken. Yeah. Tekken was a great game too, man.
I'm telling you, Herb, I would have won your shoes off of you. I'm telling you.
Mortal Kombat, though,
I let people pick my character. Everybody wanted to be Ken because Ken was he was juiced up. Ken was on steroids. Ken was the best character on Street Fighter. He was his stats were better than they should have been. I was a Chun-Li user. She was my go-to. But when I played with my friends, I had to let them pick my player. Otherwise, it just wasn't even a close match. So I eventually became a master of everyone. Now, the worst thing someone could pick for me was Zangief, the big Russian wrestler guy, because he was just so slow. And Street Fighter 2 was it's like 1995, probably 94 or 95.
Characters I don't know.
You don't remember Zangief?
Zangief, maybe.
Street Fighter 2. He was the giant Russian.
I think I have 6.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm old school.
Well, I thought I was old school too.
No, you're not. This might probably Street Fighter 2. I think came out in arcades in 91 or 92.
Yeah.
But
I was Mortal Kombat. So.
Street Fighter there was Ken, Ryu, Blanca, Zangief, Guile, Honda, and Dalsim, the Indian guy. And then eventually you could be later on in the game. M. Bison was the main guy, but you couldn't be him early on. Then you got to as the later series came out, you could be him as a playable character. But yeah, that was the time. Capcom, what a
Are they still around?
I don't think so. I can't imagine. But that was let's see, Capcom. Oh, it says it's a Japanese gaming company. Still exists.
They're still making
110 billion a year.
Resident Evil.
Oh, 110 billion yen.
They
per
do
year.
Resident Evil.
Oh, okay. I used to love that game too, Resident Evil.
Did you ever play Red Dead?
Yeah.
Just ride off into the country and camp out for a couple days.
Yep.
I would just take a ride. Let's go look around. I got all day.
Shinerbox says slow sports news day, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
we can talk hockey if you want.
We talked some hockey. We talked some lady basketball.
See, that's where we are right now.
Give me a break.
There's no NFL games.
We could play Phoenix Suns and ask for the world for Kevin Durant. We need everything you have and everything your other teams have.
Let's I do got some sports stuff to talk about. Ace Bailey, who I'm not crazy about anyway.
He's Kevin Durant.
I firmly disagree that he is Kevin Durant.
I've been told.
Well, you got told that by some liar. Apparently, he is slipping down draft boards.
I don't believe that.
Well,
he'll be number 3.
Part of it is he is refusing workouts for teams. Like, he's declining workouts, and he's done it for several teams. Like, he's saying that basically, I've got some teams that I'm looking to play for and teams that I'm not. He has yet to conduct a single known workout to date. He's scheduled to work out with the Sixers later this week, but it's unclear if he's going to visit any other teams before the draft begins on June 25th.
Why? Why should he?
Bailey's camp, they have informed interested teams that they believe he is a top 3 player in the draft, but also seeks a clear pathway to stardom, perhaps feeling comfortable that a team will trade up to get him at number 3 or 4 should he drop. I'm not really sure why he is going through, like why he's handling it this way. But for a guy who, I mean, there are a lot of guys who have different feels on him. And this is a guy who already at the NBA draft combine measured 2.5 inches shorter than when he didn't have shoes on than what he was listed at Rutgers. So now he goes from being this 6'10" sort of freak to now he's 6'7.5", and he's just like a normal size wing.
Yeah, my dad always used to tell me when I was a young, obnoxious man, it's better to be thought a fool than speak and prove it. So why work him out? The only thing that can happen is bad. You're considered the number 3 pick. Don't do anything to prove that you're the 5th pick. Sit down and shut up. You are now exactly as the teams that draft you define you. We've already had a bit of bad news. Turns out you're only 6'7". So what else is going to come out? What other shoe's going to drop? I'd rather just sit down, shut up, and go number 3 or 4. Don't do anything to show up and suddenly goes, this guy's not only 6'7", he can't shoot. Let him trust the film, the previous workouts. Only team I'd work out for is Philadelphia.
Well, that seems like what he's going for.
Literally, it's kind of like when you're a quarterback coming into the draft. You're not number 1, but you ain't 10. Don't prove to everybody you are 9. Don't throw.
But if you work out for only Philadelphia and then Philadelphia passes,
well, I'm not saying this is a wise move, but I'm just saying if I'm the staff, I'm telling you, okay, you got 2 options. One, work out and prove the negative, or just sit out and wait and prove it after you get drafted.
I've talked before, like I think the worst thing about Ace Bailey is like he thinks every shot is a good shot.
Well,
and like he takes shots. It's like, no, why are you doing this?
I'm not as down on him as you are.
I know.
I think he's got a lot more potential, but what really hurt his status, really, if he's only 6'7.5", a lot of things that I wanted him to be able to do are going to be that much more difficult to do because you're missing a couple inches.
Well, Claymore says, wow, so 6'7's bad news? Come on, Rob. Well, no, it's not bad news other than, like, when you see him doing the things he did in college and they say he's 6'10", there is a big difference there.
Yeah, I would rather, now the thing about no, every shot's a good shot, I'd rather have to slow a dude down than speed him up. It's hard to get guys that don't want to shoot. Talk to Ben Simmons. So I'd rather have a dude that thinks he's the man, and I'll rein him in. I don't want to have to whip him to go out and shoot. So that, to me, isn't a problem. But the modern NBA, the position he's going to be playing, he's going to be guarding Wemby. He's going to be guarding Chet. He's going to be doing those mobile big guy things, and I find out you're 6'7" instead of 6'10". That matters.
Speaking to the shot selection stuff, this is crazy. Bailey attempted 81 guarded jumpers at Rutgers. He made 39 of 81. That's 48% on those attempts.
That's not bad.
On unguarded jumpers, he was 30%. And then he said at the combine, he said, the shots I work on in workouts are shots I do in the game. What might be a bad shot to you, you don't work on it. I do work on it.
Oh, see, I hate hearing that. What? So you're working on bad shots?
Yeah, I don't practice.
I don't want you working on bad shots.
I don't practice the easy ones. I'm looking for these shots that nobody thinks I should take. That's what I'm looking to take.
That's a nightmare. But again, I'd rather have to bring him in than speed him up.
Yeah. I'm out on Ace Bailey. I don't like his game. And part of it is like everyone, and I think the comp is so apt because it's exactly what I saw all year. Michael Porter Jr., who's a guy that I don't really want. I don't like having that guy on my team.
Well, the 3-point shooting is going to matter for him. He's the third best guy in the draft. If you're looking for a wiry wing, if you're not looking for that, no, he's not your guy. But there's a lot of teams that want a 6'7" to 6'10" wiry wing that can guard 3 positions, maybe 4, hit a 3, block a shot every now and again, and
sometimes
get out and run.
hit a 3.
I mean, rarely, but I mean, do all those things and get out and run, and they're hard to come by. So he's going to be up there now, whether it's success or not. I think he's going to be better than you think, but I don't see superstar on him. No.
I just think there's guys who I think are better long-term prospects.
I think there's better scorers out there, better defenders, but the package, I mean, it's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm not going to give him all the flowers he got when he was coming out.
I was going to say,
a lot of people coming out of high school, he was the number one.
Like you say, if you're thought a fool, don't talk. Like,
don't speak and prove it. Yeah.
What we saw was the 1 year we saw of Ace Bailey. He's not as good as people told me he was.
No, and
if he would have never been that hyped, no one's talking about him as the number 3 pick.
Well, I think if he was alone and not playing with the number 2 pick, he might have had a little bit better year. And I think some of those, I'd take bad shots, but sometimes that was the only shot he was going to get, so he had to go put the numbers up. And I think he had some coaching issues at Rutgers. That team shouldn't have been as bad. So there's a lot of issues for him, and I think the tape coming in is really going to matter more than the tape that they saw last year.
The latest mock draft from ESPN, Flag 1 to Duke, never in doubt. Harper 2 to the Spurs. VJ Edgecombe 3 to the Sixers. Con Kneifel 4 to the Hornets. Trey Johnson 5 to the Jazz.
So he's fallen according to this.
Ace Bailey 6 to the Wizards. Careful what you wish for, Ace Bailey.
No kidding. That's
You don't want to work out for teams? Guess what? You get passed on by 3. You know who doesn't care if you worked out for them or not? The Wizards. Now you're a Wizard. Good luck.
I don't see Edgecombe going to Philly.
Why not?
Where's he going to play? No, we're doing the same thing with San Antonio. I can't argue with overdrafting a position, but he kind of plays Maxi's position, and Maxi ain't going nowhere.
Well, I think they look at Maxi more like a point guard, but I think they like the idea of the guard who can.
No, I don't. That absolutely. If they don't draft Ace Bailey, he will fall to 7 or 8. He's the guy that he has to go there. If he doesn't go there, he's not going to go early.
I mean, I have no idea what Charlotte would do. I mean, Charlotte is such a mess that they could take anybody, and it wouldn't surprise me. But no, I agree that after that, there is
everybody else looking for scorers. They're looking for bucket getters.
Yeah. So, Claymore says when he's good, make sure you tell us you were wrong. I mean, I'm wrong all the time on prospects. There's plenty of guys that I think are going to be good that stink, and plenty of guys I think stink that end up good.
All the guys that we brought up, I think Bailey's got a decent shot. I'm kind of worried about, not that Kneifel won't be a very good NBA player, but I think he might end up getting overdrafted. I see Luke Kennard more than I see a lot of things from Con Kneifel. And Luke Kennard's been made a lot of money in this league, but he's never been a star.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good shooter.
And so with some size that I'm going to be interested to see how he plays defense, but I see his ceiling as probably the lowest of anybody in the top 10, but his floor is pretty high.
His floor is what people like, I think. He's a tough kid. He can shoot. He plays good defense. I don't think he's a superstar.
Does he play good defense? He better, because I'm worried about his foot speed. I
think he's at a minimum, he's a smart defensive player. He does the best he can with his skill set, with his physical tools. But yeah, I mean, guys like Ace Bailey have better physical tools than him. So the ceiling on Ace Bailey is certainly higher, but I think Ace Bailey's a moron. Like I think he has bad basketball IQ. If I were the Sixers, I would absolutely prefer VJ Edgecombe to Ace Bailey. I would absolutely prefer Trey Johnson to Ace Bailey.
If I'm the Sixers, I like Trey as a better fit. I think Trey, or even.
But you already have guys like you've got Maxey and you've got McCain. You've got guys that can shoot. Edgecombe gives you like this physicality that they don't really have. Particularly, they don't have when Embiid's not playing.
Well, if Maxi's your point guard, which he might very well be that at the end of the day, I don't think he is. That's why I like the idea of a Fears or a lead guard coming in to kind of helping. But shooting is going to be a necessity on that team. That as good as Maxey and when George is healthy and McCain can shoot, they need guys that are going to stand on the outside and hit some threes.
Well, they've got Maxey can shoot, McCain can shoot, Quentin Grimes can shoot.
Well, I would say Maxey and Grimes could score. I'm talking about dudes that are going to stand out of the 3-point line like Kneipel and just hit them threes. To clear the lane if Embiid ever gets healthy, give him some space.
All right, let's take a break, and we'll get to the latest on the there's some KD news. There's a story I read about KD that I wanted to share with you guys that I think is pretty interesting. When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair, they've got you covered. New sponsor to the station here. Love these guys. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quineplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. So if you're dealing with any kind of pumps, oil field pumps, or you're dealing with you got a well on your property, you need something worked on, they do it all. And if you need a whole new package, they'll build custom skid packages too. If your pump's knocking, don't wait around for it to break. Don't be like Rob and wait until it's too late. Call L&S Pump Repair, 936-853-3810. These guys have a machine shop. They do it top to bottom, man. They take care of all your needs in this category. So if you want to keep things running smooth, these are the guys to do it. 936-853-3810. That's L&S Pump Repair. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning as you head into your commute on 35 southbound, FM 3009 on down to 410. Now that's still rolling slowly. They did pick up the road work in the area with the combination of rush hours still slow. Now they did clear that debris off the roadway, was taking up a couple of lanes on 281 southbound at Isom. That's now clear. And that stall at 151 westbound Callahan, that is cleared as well. On 410 eastbound Babcock, disabled vehicle left center lane. And 410 northbound Culebra, disabled vehicle center lane blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
The Blitz will be live this Friday at Lion & Rose Dominion with your chance to win Seether and Daughtry tickets, some cool swag, and a $100 Lion & Rose gift card. It's this Friday starting at 2 o'clock at Lion & Rose Dominion, located just off I-10 after the Dominion exit.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
The right stuff. Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s.
Call Right Home Services.
Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. 210-444.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Thunder. Oh, yes, friends. It's that time. Let's go to the Buyer's Barricade guest line. Standing 7'11" tall, hailing from the deepest depths of the South Ugandan jungle.
This is the wrong guy.
Oh. Then let's go. From Arasi, it's Dr. Jason Garrett. Good morning, Dr. Garrett.
Yeah, I'm pretty tan, but I'm not sure that tan.
The Kamala, the Ugandan giant.
Yeah. Rest in power.
Yeah, rest in power to Kamala. Dr. Garrett, let's talk about Tyrese Halliburton. I think he's being I think this is one of those injuries where I'm sure it hurts. But I think when you have a game like he had, it's real easy to go, my leg! Strained calf. How serious is this? And the question I have for you is this where should he be on the floor? Is he going to be able to do the things expected of him? Or is this bad enough that it would be in the team's best interest for him to just say, guys, I can't play?
Yeah, it depends on a couple of factors. One, do they have a really good manual therapist that can actually get in there and fix it if it's just a strain? Now, if there's any tearing component to it, then he does risk tearing it more or end up with an Achilles issue. The fact that they're saying it's a game time decision means it's probably really mild. It's just sore. I would be very surprised, considering those facts, that he doesn't play and probably plays pretty much normally.
What do you mean when you say get in there and fix it? What does that mean?
So a very aggressive manual therapy, because anytime you pull a muscle or strain a muscle, whether it's a hamstring, a calf, whatever it is, there's an outer layer of fascia. It's like a dense connective tissue. It doesn't have a great blood supply. And when it gets distorted, because it has to fail first, it's like the seatbelt of the muscle, you can manually push it back and kind of mold it back into position. And then assuming there's not major muscle damage, then the muscle works almost completely normally. But that fascia has tons of pain fibers, so if you don't put it back, it hurts like crazy for 6 to 8 weeks.
Well, he was certainly limping around the other day. Mm-hmm. Is there a potential for, you mentioned it, can it go from a strain to a tear just immediately? I mean, like, he can
Absolutely,
blow it out.
Yeah. Especially calves. Calves are one of the worst. It's like, I kind of strained it a little bit, and then it feels pretty good, and you go and you push off, and boom, now you set yourself back 6 weeks. So there's a very good chance of that.
And apparently he had an ankle injury earlier on the same leg. Now his calf. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we've seen before where these guys who have calf strains or something, then the next thing you know, their Achilles blows. Like, is that something that we've seen, or is that a possibility?
Yeah, you saw that with Kevin Durant a few years ago, where he had kind of a calf issue and then he blew his Achilles. That can happen. A lot of times it's more if they give you some sort of injection to kind of mask the pain, and then you can push through it. Because if your Achilles tendon or calf is kind of inflamed, you can't put maximal pressure on it. But if you take a drug or something to calm that pain down, now you can put maximum pressure on a bad tissue, which makes it more likely to tear.
Explain to me the procedure that Jaylen Brown just had, arthroscopic debridement procedure on his knee. What is that exactly? What's the recovery going to be like?
So typically debridement just means they're taking out damaged or dead tissue. So he probably had some meniscus tearing in there that had, frayed or shredded a little bit, and they just go in, clean it up. Assuming they don't do a repair, it's a pretty fast recovery. Like, he should be walking that day. He should be released for full activity within 4 weeks.
So this isn't about an injury; it's about recovery. Shohei Ohtani gets up on the mound the other night, throws 28 pitches and 100 miles an hour. Is this going to basically end the Tommy John surgery and what's his name, the doc down there in Alabama? Is it over now? I mean, do we even need this anymore?
I think it depends on where the tear occurs. So anytime you tear your UCL, you can tear it in the middle, you can tear it on the forearm part, or you can tear it on the humerus part. And depending where it's torn, there's more advantageous recoveries now. And I don't exactly know which one is the best, like which tear is correct. But he had one that was very advantageous to where it could heal properly with some additional help. And the fact that he's throwing 100 miles an hour this soon afterwards is pretty remarkable.
I hate when after a team loses, they talk about the injuries that really set them back during their failures. I love when a guy doesn't say a word until after he's won and then says, yeah, it's been rough because my body's dead. Matthew Tkachuk, who picked up the Stanley Cup trophy last night, talked about what he dealt with. He missed a good chunk of the season after the Four Nations thing because of what they were calling at the time just a lower body injury. He revealed that he had torn his adductor muscle from the bone and was still dealing with it, and he had a hernia on the same side. Talk about first of all, talk about what the adductor is and what tearing it from the bone would be like and how difficult it would be to come back and actually play in a competitive hockey environment with that going on. Is this like the most hardcore thing ever?
It's extremely hardcore. He is a hockey player, and I've worked with those guys. They're like a cat or a dog where they have surgery and the next day the dog is running around. Most people lay in bed and they're like, oh, it hurts so much. Hockey players, for whatever reason, can come back from all kinds of injuries. Now, specific to the adductor, you have several adductors, and so if you tear a small one off the bone, it's extremely painful, but you're still functional and you can still push through it. And so it's not like ripping your hamstring off or you can't play, you can't do anything, or your quad off. There's several small adductors, the muscles that close your legs, bring your legs together, that go up into your groin. So he tore it off the pubic symphysis, which, again, that's also where that hernia
torn off my pubic symphysis ever.
Yeah, as long as it's muscle, don't tear anything else off. You can't come back from that. But if it was the fact that he had that same area where there's a hernia, that's just hernias you can play through. They only become a problem when the intestines start to push through so far that they can strangulate, and then it becomes a medical emergency. Usually the ones lower in the groin don't do that. I just had hernia surgery a couple months ago, and I'm back to pre-performance or pre-surgery performance levels.
Well, I hope to be that at some point, even though I've never had that problem. When you see a 7'4" dude that was diagnosed with thrombosis in his arm doing karate moves, a Shaolin monk thing, is there anything I should be worried about? Like if he gets punched in the arm?
I don't think so. I don't think hopefully he's not actually doing hand-to-hand combat. And it's more anybody that is in a simulation with him should know not to hit him because he's worth so much.
I would like to hope.
I think that blood clot was, hopefully just a pure fluke, a freak of nature. It's not indicative of it's going to happen again. It's not likely to happen again. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, that is just there's no contraindications, no cautiousness going forward.
I read today about an injury with former Giants second baseman Robbie Thompson. I want to get your thoughts on this injury. It sounds repulsive, but he's got his middle two toes, like his middle toe and the one right next to his pinky,
won't straighten out.
Can't straighten out at all. And the on that same foot, the big toe is turning inward and is going to cross over the second toe, turning his foot into some sort of a hoof. I mean, is this
any treatment?
Is there any treatment you can recommend for this poor man? Because
short of amputation?
Yeah,
No, it's amputated.
or is it over for this thing?
No, there's no conservative treatment. That's going to require surgical intervention where they're going to have to break the bone, cut some tendons, get it back. Now, you only do that if you can't perform, if it's keeping you from performing. But if you can run with a hoof or a claw foot, then do it, because the surgery doesn't usually have great outcomes, but it makes the foot look better.
That's exactly the second opinion I was afraid to get.
Well, it does make the foot look better, and that's got to be the priority.
Well, I can hide the foot.
You're gonna be like Dak on a fishing boat wearing a boot, and people are like, "Why are you wearing that boot?" An injury. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No problems.
Dr. Garrett, we appreciate the time as always, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Doc.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That's Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. He and all our guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Doc has seen this foot. Dr. Garrett's seen this foot.
Oh, he's seen it?
Well, I don't think he knew exactly what he was dealing with, but he's seen that leg bare.
Oh,
he's worked on that knee.
He was working on the knee, and he looked down and went, "Oh, what the?"
He went.
He made the Hank Hill noise.
Robbie, boy, what have you done to your feet?
Oh, disgusting. All right, man, 3 hours down, 1 hour to go. We've got some Operation Mindcrime tickets to give away in the next hour. I got a list of the top players in the NFL to get to. How many Cowboys made the list? Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm.
They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's July 4th sale is on now. Get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
You could think you found your dream home online, but here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep.
Mattress Firm's July 4th sale is on now. Get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. UMGC keeps your educational goals attainable with no-cost digital materials replacing textbooks in most courses, reduced tuition rates for eligible service members and their families, and scholarships for those who qualify. Get started here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning as you head into your commute on 35 southbound, FM 3009 on down to 410. Now that's still rolling slowly. They did pick up the road work in the area with a combination of rush hours still slow. Now they did clear that debris off the roadway, was taking up a couple of lanes on 281 southbound at Isom. That's now clear. And that stall at 151 westbound Callahan, that is cleared as well. On 410 eastbound Babcock, disabled vehicle left center lane, and 410 northbound Culebra, disabled vehicle center lane blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In Spurs news, when it comes to Kevin Durant, rumors continue to swirl on the Pat McAfee show. ESPN insider Shams Charania said there's more motivated teams than the Spurs, those being Miami, Minnesota, and Houston. He also said that the Spurs may be stocking assets for a potentially bigger move, bigger player, and someone that may fit their roster and timeline more appropriately. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let's do this now. Let's give away these Jeff Tate Operation Mindcrime, the final chapter. February 7th at the Aztec Theater. That's a long time from now, but good things come.
To those who wait.
Thank you, Vic.
Yep.
Look at it. We've been working together so long, you finished my thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, let's try this. We've been working together so long.
You want a Dr. Pepper Zero, don't you?
I do. That does sound good, actually. It does sound good.
And you want a Dr. Pepper.
He doesn't want the zero.
But the zero's better than diet.
That's true. Yeah. Full flavor Dr. Pepper is still the best, but I don't want that.
Heavenly.
I don't need that for my body would be mad
I
at
grew
me.
up on that in Big Red. Nom, nom, nom.
Look where it got you.
Yeah, to the Beatus store.
Beatus.
You want to go see Jeff Tate, Operation Mindcrime, the final chapter, February 7th, Aztec Theater. Let's go caller number 4. You'll win a pair of tickets for that event. All right. Pete Prisco did his annual top 100 list.
I appreciate Pete Prisco. I think he's an intelligent dude.
Yeah. There's some big names lower on the list than they've been in the past. But, I mean, it's good to still be on the list, I would think. And a couple new guys. I'll start at the bottom. Number 99, last season, number 43, Jalen Ramsey.
Getting old.
Still got some game to him. But how about this one? The lowest Dallas Cowboy to make the list. Last year was number 75. This year he's number 98. Tyler Smith.
I wouldn't have thought he'd have been on that list, but a testament to the line. It might not be as bad as we thought. But,
he's by far the best player on the line.
He dropped, which is why he's got a new head coach, so we'll see how it works.
Number 96, down from number 18 last year. I think the biggest drop, Travis Kelce. Says age started to look like it was impacting him last season. Doesn't look like he's the same player. There were moments, but the consistency wasn't there. 8.5 yards per catch, the lowest of his career. Not a good sign for a 35-year-old.
I agree with all of that, but he's still a weapon.
Oh,
He might not get 15, but he can guarantee you 8 every time he goes out.
Number 92, who's was number 87 last year, Jordan Love. Now, he did have some injury issues last year, but number 91 down from number 26, another massive drop. 33-year-old Devontae Adams. I don't know. I don't know how much of, Devontae Adams may have been just in a bad environment. I mean, he was playing with the Raiders, and then he went and played with the shell of Aaron Rodgers.
No, I agree. But, he's one of the top 100 players.
I think Devontae Adams is going to have a big bounce back year.
I do too. And I don't think it's, going from 26 to 91 is just, I think, more about his age and what he went through. But I think he's still really good.
Last year, number 49. This year, number 90, Dakota Prescott.
See, I wish they were doing this by position. I think that gives you a better definition, so I appreciate this.
Well, I'm going to read off every quarterback, so you'll know exactly how many guys they think are better than him.
I think that's a fair judge. He's obviously one of the upper echelon players in this league, obviously one of the top 100, but he's probably number 10 at quarterback, I would think, or right in there. And if that's where Prisco has him, that's about right.
82 up from 88 last year. Another 30-something receiver, Mike Evans.
Up, huh?
Yeah.
See, I would have thought the arrow would have been pointed down just by age. But, that's another testament that Baker is still a decent quarterback. And if you're open, he'll get you the ball.
Terry McLaurin up to number 81 on the list.
If he plays.
Jared Goff, number 77, ahead of Dak.
Where was he last year?
76.
So
didn't move much.
So Jared Goff's in the 70s. I think that's appropriate. But, it's hard for me to judge a quarterback when you've got like a left guard ahead of him. So, it's hard for me to.
So far with quarterbacks, we've seen Jordan Love, Dak, Jared Goff.
I have no issue with this ranking order so far.
Let's see. Who else is of note on this list? Number 70, T. Higgins.
So this isn't by paycheck. This is actually by play.
Yeah. Number 67, Nico Collins. Number 66, Josh Jacobs. Let's see. Number 63, Puka Nacua. Injuries, I think, maybe got to him a little bit last year. I think he's probably better than that. Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 58 on the list. Here's one, number 57, another quarterback. Not rated last year. This year, 57, Baker Mayfield.
That's why Mike Evans ticked up, because Baker is, he's a cockroach. Don't put the light on him, and he'll grow quite well. He's doing good.
Will Anderson Jr., number 56 for the Texans.
The unsung hero.
Yeah.
We never talk about Will. He just goes to work.
Jalen Hurts, number 52, up from number 53 a year ago.
Your Super Bowl MVP gets you one more spot.
One more spot.
And you know what? I have no problem with that. You can win a Super Bowl with the 52nd best player in the NFL and then probably the 8th best quarterback.
So now
7th best
we've had Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts. Does that feel right? Does that feel right to you?
I mean, the usual suspects haven't been named. There better not be a wild card in there.
Well, number 50 is Jonathan Taylor. Number 49 is the next quarterback, down from number 41 last year, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, that's about where I'd put him. He's the least of the young. You know what I mean?
Texans pass rusher Daniil Hunter is at number 47. Malik Neighbors, young wide receiver, at number 45. Another young wide receiver, number 44, Brian Thomas Jr. A lot of love for the young pass catchers. Number 41, down from number 8 last year, Christian McCaffrey.
Now, has he truly changed, or has he finally proven that, no, we can't count on it?
He missed 8 games last year. When he is healthy, he's one of the 10 best players in the league. When he's not, I mean, he is what he is. How about this? Unranked last year, number 39 now, Bijan Robinson.
Look out.
Welcome to the league, brother.
It ain't Bijan's play. It's the scheme. Let him run the ball.
Yeah. Number 35, down from number 10, Nick Bosa. Number 34, down from number 3, Trent Williams. Seems like every 49ers player is dropping. That's
everybody
maybe not
getting
good news.
old. Everybody getting older.
Next quarterback on the list. So ahead of Justin Herbert, number 33, Jaden Daniels.
With a bullet. He'll be higher. He'll be in the teens next year. Yeah,
working his way up. Number 31, A.J. Brown of the Eagles. Number 30, last year, number 4, Tyreek Hill.
Wow. I guess that's appropriate. He might be even lower on my list.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of reasons why he dropped off, but Max Crosby, number 28,
with a bullet. I think he's improving every year, man. He's just solid.
Number
Comes to work.
Number 27, last year, number 21, CeeDee Lamb.
Now this I don't get.
Why
Is
not?
it because he's got Pickens on the other side and he won't quite be the target? Because if he had that last year, and if you expect Dak to play a whole year, you'd think his numbers would improve, and thus his ranking would be higher.
Yeah. Maybe it's, and again, it's hard when you're doing apples to oranges, but having him, ahead of some of the, ahead of Tyreek Hill, I think is, I don't know how many receivers are going to be ahead of him on this list. My guess is maybe 2.
Well, see, that's why I like the position ranking, because, ranking him again outside of a left tackle or a outside linebacker, which I expect is going to be up in the top 20. It's hard for me to quantify.
At the moment, I mean, I haven't gotten all the way there, but at the moment, I would assume Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are going to be the only 2 guys ahead of him at wide receiver.
There can't be anybody above.
Number 26, Trey Hendrickson. Number 25, George Kittle. 24, Sauce Gardner. 23, Derek Stingley, up from 80 last year. Derek Stingley Jr.
So one quarterback drops 12, and the other one comes up 60 spots.
Yeah. Number 22, Brock Bowers, Raiders tight end.
Your next best tight end in football.
He's a stud. He is a stud. 21's Penei Sewell. 20's Tristan Wirfs. 19, Fred Warner. 18, Chris Jones. 17, Jalen Carter, up from 93 last year. A pretty big rise for him. 16, Creed Humphrey. 15,
Who's Creed Humphrey?
He's the center for the Chiefs. Last year was number 48. That's pretty good. I mean, the best center in the game, it says. But, yeah, to jump up to 16, that's pretty high praise for an inside
Thank God for
offensive
Mahomes,
lineman.
too, right?
Aiden Hutchinson, 15. Derrick Henry, 14. He was 91 last year. They said, oh, yeah, he can still play a little. Jordan Mailata, the left tackle for the Eagles, from not ranked last year to number 13.
He's wasn't he a rugby player?
Yes.
That's the story? Yeah.
And one spot ahead of him, moved up from number 52 last year, the Eagles' right tackle, Lane Johnson.
Dude, so how to tell me they're going to win the Super Bowl again without telling me?
Yeah. Number 11 is T.J. Watt. Number 10, your highest-ranked Dallas Cowboy.
We had a 10.
Micah Parsons. Down from number 9 last year, but still a solid spot to be.
Top 10. So we're running out of good defenders.
Yes.
We're headed toward the offensive side of the ball to close this thing out.
I think there is
one more.
I think there are 2 more defensive players ahead of
where's Miles? That's the one that comes to my mind immediately.
Number 9 is Patrick Surtain II.
Okay.
So he was number 25 last year. He's up to number 9 this year. Number 8, Jamar Chase.
Okay, here's the run.
Here's the run. Number 7, up from number 15 last year, Joe Burrow.
So he's better than his wide receiver, at least.
Yes.
He can look him there in the eye.
Number 6, up from number 16 last year, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Number 5, up from number 7, Justin Jefferson.
All right. Now, okay. So
you got
is
4
your quarterback
guys
coming
left.
up now? Okay, where's Josh? Is it now?
Josh Allen is number 4. Last season, number 6. He's number 4 now.
We got
there are 3 guys left.
Saquon, Mahomes, and
I mean, you already said his name. Myles Garrett.
And Miles. Okay, Miles is still okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3, Saquon Barkley. Number 2, Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett is the second best player in all the NFL, according to Prisco.
Exactly where he was a year ago.
Well,
and
too bad he's alone.
Yeah. And number 1, Patrick Mahomes, of course.
I guess he's still there. I won't argue that.
The numbers are not what they've been, but
I would say Josh
still
Allen.
think
In my mind, Josh Allen is the best football player in the NFL.
I'm not mad at it. The best football player in the NFL should have a Super Bowl ring.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
I'm just talking about preseason, and if we ranked him, he doesn't get a ring at the end of the year, maybe not. But if you look at the guy who has maximized everything he can be over years and has continued to get better, it's Josh Allen.
I mean,
Miles was touched by God to play defense. I mean, Myles Garrett was born to be a defensive end. He didn't have to improve. He just had to rough out the edges. But Josh Allen has made himself the best player in the NFL.
I don't know if I can answer this question like objectively, but if all the players in the world were thrown into a pool and you were starting a team from scratch and you had the first pick,
it'd be hard for me to get past him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go defense just because that's my mentality. But
really?
It would be hard for me to get past. Josh would be my number 1 pick on offense, but Myles Garrett, maybe a defensive tackle, something like that wouldn't be as sexy, but would be more effective for me. That's probably the way I'd go. But for my money right now, in this day and age, if you're snap shooting America, Josh Allen is everything you want to have as a professional athlete. He's strong. He doesn't get hurt. He's gotten better at something every year. Guys have changed around him, and his teams continue to improve. His numbers reflect the respect his other guys have for him. He's the man in my mind.
He's had a lot of chances head-to-head, though.
Well, he's had to go against a God. Like I said, Miles was touched by God to play defense, and then there's Mahomes, who was touched by God with the golden arm and the great coach.
Yep. All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, we'll see what's going on in the world outside of sports. It is the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Starting to clear some of our trouble as you head into your midday commute. That stall at 410 northbound Military to Calabria, they just cleared that. 410 eastbound Babcock, they've picked up that debris on 35 southbound Schertz Parkway on down to 410. Now that's still rolling a bit slowly. And I-10 upper level westbound at 35, we've got a stall now off to the shoulder. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. That number is 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls?
I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Purple Wave Auction remains the trusted leader in online equipment auctions. What makes the difference is you. You are part of our growing global community that continues to trust Purple Wave with the equipment that builds and feeds America. This trust placed in us by our community, from construction to ag producers and fleet drivers, brings great equipment opportunities to their next owners. Join the Purple Wave community today. purplewave.com.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains June 13th through the 23rd. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only, some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Guys looking for a Father's Day gift that will give that extra boost of health and energy to live your best life? Synergenics and Low T Center are offering free weight loss consultations and free T-test as a special offer celebrating dads. Treatment is personalized to you and most major insurance is accepted. With the freedom to choose in-center care or at-home treatment, you're helping get back control of your health. From now till June 21st, enjoy a free B12 shot when you stop in for a TRT and weight loss test. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
George Gets Justice. It's you versus them. The driver who changed your life. The insurance company dodging your calls. They want to give you up. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they take on insurance giants and they fight to win. No upfront costs, no games. Just the fight for results. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yes. Oh, you guys saying terrible things on the Brigade Bar? I'm just going to ignore that you guys are saying Josh Allen is never going to lift his team to a championship level. 21st century Dan Marino.
Fighting words.
Who's the best athlete in the NFL?
Ooh.
I mean, there's Tyreek with speed. Saquon can jump over dudes.
I mean, yeah. To me, the best athletes are always guys like that are giants who move like they're not giant. Like some Myles Garrett's in the conversation for sure.
Man. Saquon's pretty ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I'll give him. And then,
But some of those dudes who, like one of the guys that I always thought – I was around – when I worked in Austin, I got to be around all the guys at UT all the time. And everybody's like, oh, is Vince Young? Like, just from an athleticism standpoint, how incredible was he? I was like, he was good, but there were guys there at the same time as him that were more impressive just physically. There was a guy named Ramont Taylor who was a pothead who ended up getting kicked off the team, but was a freak show. He was on the team the same time as Jamal Charles, and so there was like a split in the backfield, and but he would have been the best back. He would have been better than Jamal Charles, but he couldn't keep his head out of his ass. But the other guy, the guy that always blew my mind, was Brian Robison, who was from Splendora. He ended up playing with the Vikings for a couple of years. He was a pass rusher, and he was a giant. He was like 6'4", 6'5". And in the weight room at Texas, it had there was a running chart of who led in every technique, who was the team leaders. It was like a leaderboard, right. The top 5. And Brian Robison led in bench press, squat, and vertical jump. And if you lead the team in bench press,
and
you should probably never be the best jumper on the team. It's a weird combination, to be able to do those things. So that's what impresses me is when dudes that are 300 something pounds can jump over the cars. That's what blows my mind.
I'm trying to remember a kid that was at UT that came out of Refugio. I saw him at a track meet. He was the best athlete I'd ever seen up until that point. It's been a couple of years back.
What position did he play?
I don't follow UT football as close as I should. I think does Willie Mack Garza sound right? Anyway, I'm thinking of the best athletes I ever saw, and I know Texas had a fair amount of them, and that doesn't measure up. But in the NFL, Myles Garrett might be the dude. I think watching Saquon do some stuff to me, he might be, as far as his ability to just defy gravity and speed all at once, might be my guy.
Maybe Willie Mack Garza is he was a running back. Maybe that's who it was.
I'm trying to remember when or where, but he was out of Refugio. It's probably been 20 years ago. And I happened to watch this guy go off for a weekend and just do everything. Win the 100 and the shot put and,
that's what's
bench
wild.
Press the bus on the way out, that kind of player.
And Brian Robinson wasn't he was a thrower. He was that's the guys that are just dude, how do you do all these things? You're like a decathlete or something. It's wild. All right. We always like to take our time to look at what's going on in the world outside of sports. Not that we haven't spent much time on that today, talking about Rob's foot or anything like that.
It's sports adjacent.
Yes. You know how South Park has always been kind of immune to being canceled? There's a lot of things where you go, oh, wow, they weren't allowed to do that. Well, apparently they are quietly removing old school South Park episodes from streaming platforms. I'm disappointed in this. It feels like almost like book burning or something.
Go try to find a Foghorn Leghorn cartoon. Go back to the old Looney Tunes. Oh, yeah. You can't find those either.
Or Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew. You can't find the rapiness. You can't find Slowpoke Rodriguez. So this is the first time
these things happen.
We've erased.
We can't erase history. I don't believe in book burning, and that's what they're trying to do here. They're like, oh, this is inappropriate. We can't. Yeah. It can't exist. Well, it's already been made, and it made it.
Right.
The South Park, the contentious South Park streaming contract that split them between Paramount and Max. Apparently, Paramount Global is where it's all going to end up.
Okay.
The entire catalog, but it looks like it's already dealing with some controversy too. South Park fans are peeved that classic episodes are being scrubbed. Paramount hasn't formally acknowledged that the allegations they'll be removing a dozen episodes from the back catalog. Fears over censorship only increased when one South Park fan in Canada recently realized that the 2001 classic Butter's Very Own episode isn't available on Paramount Plus. And And now they're like, hey, this episode is pulled. I was literally going to watch this specific episode. I don't get why this one was pulled. Sucks that other great episodes were pulled, but this one was one of my favorites. Do Matt and Trey know that their episodes are being pulled? Apparently this is happening a lot in Australia, too. Australia and Canada are where these now the Butter's very own episode was the OJ episode where they were basically
somebody else died too, right?
Yeah, I think it was like basically it was the episode was about OJ, but it was like and it was the God, who was it? The Jean-Benet Ramsey parents. It's like
yeah, we're kind of getting into
but that episode has been taken down. So I don't know if all of those are if that makes John Ramsey feel better about himself now that that's gone. But
he could have done it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know.
Never know.
Maybe it was the mom. I don't know either.
She's dead. We'll never know.
No, maybe. If I were John Ramsey, I think I would blame it on OJ because he's dead. Or if I were John Ramsey, now that the wife is dead, I would blame it on her.
That's would have been
and
the easiest.
She told me right before she went.
Wouldn't be that crazy if she had.
Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry sued for $260 million over sexual harassment claims. Actor Derek Dixon, a dude, said in legal documents that Perry aggressively tried to establish a sexual dynamic between them when he appeared on two of Perry's programs on BET, Ruthless and The Oval. Perry, who apparently is in close with people like Oprah and Meghan Markle, says he will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail.
Is he gay? Not that it matters.
I don't know that he. I don't think he's openly gay.
Well, if the guy is saying that he was being harassed,
yeah,
your ultimate defense is, I ain't gay.
Yeah, but I don't know that there's I don't know that there's any certainty to that. But I think a lot of guys who are not openly gay have been accused of
well, not openly, but you could probably find a witness or two to attest to the fact that they are. If you're saying I'm not, and go prove it.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day. Although he's worth like $500 million, so he's an easy target.
Yeah, it makes it. I've watched one Tyler Perry movie to completion. I didn't get it. It's one of those things where I love
comedy type.
I love like black culture movies. Like
like Medea.
I don't like that. I don't like.
I like
those.
that.
That's a
funny.
human cartoon.
That's funny.
That's not funny to me. Like
some of it is.
I don't know why. I don't think I don't
I'm not
find.
gonna lie. It'll make me laugh.
I don't like Tyler Perry's one of the most fascinating famous people. Like I don't understand how like that is such a huge deal.
Well, it ain't aimed at you.
You're
what I
right.
mean?
You're
We're not supposed to get
100%
it.
right. I think one of our shared interest shows is Reacher.
Oh yeah, we love.
Oh,
Reacher.
I love
Love the
Reacher.
books. Love the movies. Love the.
Yes.
I like the new one, not the Tom Cruise one, but the one with.
Even the Tom Cruise ain't bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
He didn't
but
look like real Reacher, but
but I like the
big
once
fan.
I saw the new one. Yeah, I like that one.
That
better.
dude's yoked, by the way.
Yeah.
Guess who might be making an appearance, purposely or not, on Reacher next season? Joe Biden. Yeah, apparently not on purpose, but Joe Biden was entering the Rittenhouse Square restaurant.
Oh, when they were filming?
Yes, Park Bistro in Philadelphia while they were filming, and Park staffers declined to confirm Biden's presence, but he had dined there just weeks after Nancy Pelosi and AOC had said we're boycotting these SAR restaurants as a show of solidarity with the union workers, but Reacher has held several shoots in the city over the weekend, including in the Logan Square area. But apparently they were there filming while Joe Biden was around. I'm surprised the tomato soup. Maybe Joe Biden's the main bad guy in the new episode.
Dr. Evil.
Maybe he's got a foot like yours. That's why he walks like that.
Oh, come on.
He's got that little old man trot.
Come
Like all he
on.
needs is the walker, right?
Well, he's one step away from that.
And Ann Burrell, a famous chef, TV
This is rough
chef.
news. I've been a fan.
Been on the Food Network for a long time. Dead at 55. Died at her home in Brooklyn. But
we don't know how. They just say found unresponsive.
Yeah, that's
ever
always
good.
no cause of death was provided. But she was unconscious and unresponsive. That usually means either
She died of her own
Aneurysm, heart attack, or self-inflicted.
or
overdose.
That's well, yeah, drugs.
yeah. Well, I guess that falls into self-inflicted. But there's
No, I meant like suicide. This was not on purpose.
yes.
That's awful. Just terrible.
And finally, R. Kelly was hospitalized after a prison overdose and alleged murder plot.
Have you heard this lawyer?
Oh, yes.
Well, they're trying to kill my client.
We got to get him out of here. Well, maybe don't.
Maybe don't pee on little girls.
Yeah, don't hook up with kids.
Jeez.
Don't try to take little girls across state lines and pee on them.
They said that R. Kelly's been placed in solitary confinement against his will shortly after his team filed an emergency motion for his release from prison last week. In that motion, the team claimed that 3 Bureau of Prisons officials allegedly devised a plot to have him killed by another inmate. And on the early morning hours of June 13th, Kelly woke up feeling faint and dizzy. Started to see black spots in his vision. He tried to get up but fell to the ground, crawled to the door of the cell, and lost consciousness.
Wow.
But he is alive.
But he's saying he was poisoned, right?
Yeah, that's what he says. He says that he was poisoned. I don't know. I don't know if I believe it.
Well, I imagine he's being shaken down.
I think he's trying to get the hell out of prison.
I
Like,
think
he
everybody
thinks
could
that,
go. Like,
like-
they're all trying to kill me.
Yeah, of course. You're an inmate.
I thought you said you could fly.
That seems to.
You still believe that?
Well, they'll throw him off the
Fly your ass
building.
right on out of here.
They're gonna throw him off the building, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But Zach Starkey.
I don't know who that is.
He is a drummer.
Okay.
And you may know his dad, if I'm not mistaken, is also a famous drummer. Ringo Starr.
Oh, well, yes.
Yes. So Zach Starkey is he's been the his dad's Ringo Starr. He's been fired. I wanted to make sure. I thought that was the case, but I don't want to speak false things.
I just Googled it. I didn't know what had happened to him, but I knew the first part of the story.
He got fired by The Who, then got rehired, and then a couple weeks later, they fired him again. And he says while he still considers Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey family, he does take issue with the reasons they gave him for being dismissed from the band. What happened was I got it right and Roger got it wrong, is what Starkey says, referring to the band's performance of The Song Is Over during a charity concert in London in March. Daltrey complained that the drums were too loud and that Starkey was missing beats. Starkey says the problem was a lack of rehearsal and that Daltrey didn't hit his cues.
This is an argument that's never been had before by a band.
And Starkey said Townsend had to go along with Daltrey's decision to fire him because Pete's had 60 years of arguing with Roger. I don't blame anyone. I blame The Who because they're unpredictable, aggressive, and bleeping insane. I spoke to Roger last week and he said, "Don't take your drums out of The Who's warehouse yet in case we need you." I said, "Best let me know." And he says he's open to returning to The Who. So, and he apparently turned down a chance to play with Oasis for their reunion show.
Yeah, that's what I'd heard.
And instead decided to play with The Who keeps firing him. Although, I mean, I don't know who I feel like I'd probably rather be attached to The Who than Oasis.
Well, the Who's got maybe a couple years left. I mean, they're about to finish things up.
Yeah, but Oasis you talk about a volatile situation. Yeah. If you think they're insane at The Who, I mean, I would imagine it's crazier dealing with those Gallagher brothers.
I was looking, he's been a drummer with The Who since '99. This isn't a new gig.
Oh, yeah, he's bounced around. All right, let's hit our last break of the day, friends, on a hump day. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the daily lines. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
Connecticut water softener has been part of my life here in San Antonio as long as I can remember. I grew up with a Connecticut in my home, and the first chance I got to buy one, I went and got one. If you don't know, though, you don't know. See, Connecticut around San Antonio means one thing. Your water quality remains constant all the time from the moment it comes into your house, whether it's going into the dog dish, into your appliances, or into your glass. You know you're getting perfectly treated water all the time. And here's the deal with Connecticut. Your water treatment system doesn't plug in. It doesn't work until you do. There's not some kind of crazy motherboard to go haywire. It is old school. It works. There's no need to change it. And because it's been so successful over all these years, so many people think Connecticut's too expensive. It's the top of the line. I can't afford it. That has never been the case, especially now. If you want to go ahead and get your Connecticut, now's the time to do it. Call them today. If you're already plumbed for a water treatment system, they'll come out and put the very best in your home for 90 days just to prove to you what they can do. And then once you do decide to buy, there's great offers. There's money in your old water softener up to $400. With approved credit, there's zero down, and you got plenty of time to pay it off. And there's a little gift. A reverse osmosis drinking station goes right on your sink. They got the decor to match your beautiful decor. It costs money. I paid for it. You're going to get it free. How do you do it? Call 656-PURE. They'll come out post-haste and get it taken care of. You need details? I know I do. ConnecticutSA.com for that. Sing it while you top it. Let me tell you, Connecticut's been around our city for a long time, and there's a reason why. They take care of their people. Call them today and let them do that for you, and I know you'll come on by and thank me later.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Being arrested isn't just a setback. It's a nightmare that can destroy your life and reputation. If you want to rewrite your story after the worst night of your life, you need an aggressive, skilled defense team. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates. We're here to make sure your one bad night doesn't turn into a lifetime of regret. Protect your reputation. Contact Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit TexasArrest.com. Barton & Associates. Your defense starts here.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Join the free smoothie party at Tropical Smoothie Cafe on Saturday, June 21st for National Smoothie Day. We're celebrating our Tropic Rewards members with a free smoothie with bowl or food purchase. Order in-app, online, or pop by the cafe. Terms and conditions apply.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District knows that life moves fast, and the last thing you want is to miss out due to an illness. Vaccines are safe and help your immune system fight off serious disease that can stop or change your plans. They protect you, the people you love, and can prevent you from getting sick. Let's get vaccinated, because when it comes to your health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Round the outside. Round the outside. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Now, now. Ready, Rob?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady. I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want Shady, this is what I give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating because I'm rocking the table while I'm operating. Hey, you waited this long to stop debating because I'm back. I'm on the rag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating.
You know it.
See, there he was talking about Dick Cheney, our
Yes.
vice president. He's political.
Jump back, wiggle your hips. He did like the he did that. That's the clearly the radio edit where he's talking about the Tom Green,
the Walmart version.
My bum is on your lips. Tom Green was famous for that. All right. Hey, can I ask you a question, Rob? A personal question?
Here we go. You can ask. You might not get an answer.
Do you ever pee in the shower?
There have been times. I'm not going to lie. Yes, I have done that.
Vic?
All the time.
All the time?
Yeah. I save a flush.
Doctors are saying stop. Stop doing this.
Why?
It's all pipes, I've been told. It's
well,
all series
no,
of pipes.
It's more of an issue for women.
Oh.
I don't care about it.
Because the doctors are saying, ladies, if your wife pees in the shower, you need to ask your wives if they pee in the shower, probably.
I don't want to know.
Because it says you're training your bladder that it's okay to empty while standing. So these ladies, now it's going to...
I emptied all the
What?
time.
I know. It's going to lead to, for these
I'm
ladies...
training my bladder?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just, like, for men, we shouldn't poop in the shower because...
Oh, I never do that.
No.
Well,
I sometimes, but only if I know that it's going to be liquid.
Normally,
No, I
I'm
mean, after-
really drunk.
After a tragedy, I'll go in the shower and then clean up, but not. I won't start
After
in the
a
shower.
tragedy. After what can only be described as a personal tragedy.
Yeah. You know the funny walk from the driveway, and you're walking in.
And when the turtle pokes his head out and doesn't go back in.
Yeah.
When you fart and you go, oh no,
shouldn't have ate that watermelon.
what's happened?
So if you are accustomed to standing and peeing, don't sit. What if I train my bladder to sit and pee?
I sit and pee in the middle of the night all the time.
I don't.
Oh, I don't.
Because I don't want to, like, if I wake up to pee in the middle of the night, I do not want to turn the light on.
Well, I don't know. We have a night light, but we have a toilet light.
Do you really? Like a ring light around the toilet?
It's a little thing.
Really? Did it come with a camera?
Look it up.
I know. Look it up. Just
Pervert.
The little thing, but
yeah, apparently if ladies do it, then their bodies will start leaking pee while they're standing up. So
wow,
that's another reason for that to happen.
Yes, yeah. So if you're worried about your lady's leakage,
you're peeing in the shower, aren't you?
You've been peeing in the shower, haven't you? No. No.
I just don't want to get out and get the floor wet or the seat.
Well, that's why I do it sitting down when I'm in the middle of the night.
What about if you're in the shower? Do you get out and sit down?
When I'm in the shower?
Well, like, are you going to pee in the shower?
I don't like to pee in the shower.
But you only sit down at night because you don't turn the light
only at nighttime because I don't want to turn the light on. I mean, otherwise, I pee standing up all the time.
I try to pee from the shower into the
What?
It's a distance thing. I can start. I'm winning. It's the end that.
Yeah, you
can't quite maintain the flow.
Yeah, you're kind of reaching forward there, trying to get it in there, and doesn't go.
That's when you have two sons, and there was a commercial made about that. That actually happened in my house when you hear your two boys like, "You almost made it."
Oh yeah.
Like, what the hell's going on in here? They're both standing like 8 feet away from the toilet peeing, like, look, I almost made it.
Well, just something to warn your wives about. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I got bigger problems with my wife.
I'm more about distance than accuracy.
Yeah. I got one more story I meant to get to today. Okay. During the first 5 months of the year, so up until the end of May, a 72-year-old man in Florida placed 3,400 calls to 911.
He's having some trouble, man.
Sounds like my wife.
His 5-year total is 16,000 calls to the police emergency line.
You're going to have to. What do you do? I mean, what do? You put him in jail? You just flag his number and never answer?
But for what?
No, they did. They did put him in jail. I mean, that's.
I mean, he's obviously crazy.
Well, yeah, you're also like you're clogging up the emergency system.
What do you do to this guy?
You're clogging up the emergency. Another guy got arrested in Florida at a Sam's Club outlet. The Sam's Club had to destroy more than $10,500 worth of Spam and Vienna sausages.
Why?
Aisle 18 of the Sam's Club in Lady Lake. Patrick Mitchell couldn't find the bathroom, so he urinated on a pallet of Spam and Vienna sausages. And a lady turned the corner and saw it.
Was he going like left to right?
He's spraying.
Yeah.
Yep. 188 bulk units of Vienna sausages and 345 units of 8-count canned Spam Classic.
Wow. Hose it off and give it to the homeless.
Contaminated with bodily fluids.
Hose it off.
It's required for them to be discarded.
Hose it off.
You can't do that. You can't
some
do
Clorox.
that. You can't do it.
Give it to them.
I'm not being mean.
Investigators charged that after he peed on the canned goods, he was recorded strolling around the snack section, sitting on patio furniture for about 10 minutes. He then walked to register 2, paid for his items, and left the store.
At least he paid.
At least he walked to register number 2 and not number 1.
Number 2. Got it. Yeah. I follow you there.
All right, let's wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Mentioned Oklahoma City -6.5. And there's some 7s popping up. Total also 222.5.
What was it on the last game?
Got down to 221.
Wow, okay.
But I don't know. I guess to me, if you like the Pacers, you probably like the over.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah, I think that's the only way. Major League Baseball, Garrett Crochet and the Red Sox are in Seattle. Luis Castillo goes for the M's. Red Sox -120 road favorites. It's Tarek Skubal Day. Scoobly doobly. -315?
Oh, yes, sir. They like him.
My goodness. They are hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. Andrew Haney goes for Pittsburgh. Ranger Suarez and the Phillies are in Miami to take on the Marlins. Adam Mazur goes for the Marlins. The Phillies are -170. The Rockies keep beating the Nationals. You talk about a national tragedy is more like it. Your brother,
My brother-in-law
they didn't go to the game, did they?
I'm sure he did. I don't think he's seen the Nationals win one this year.
They've got season tickets. If they saw the last couple games, they saw the Rockies beat them. That's embarrassing. Herman Marquez and the Rockies on the road +135. That's about as low of a favorite as we've seen, or low of an underdog as we've seen them. The Nationals send Mitchell Parker. They are -165 favorites. Jack Kahanowicz goes for the Angels. They are at the Yankees. Ryan Yarbrough. The Yankees have been shut out now 3 consecutive games.
That is unforgivable, unthinkable for this team.
With that lineup, it is. Quite frankly, yeah, it's insane. The Yankees, though, -225 to get it done today. So the assumption is they're going to score a run because if they don't, I guarantee they lose. You know how the Pacers are 14-0 and when they score 110 and 0-7 when they don't? Yankees in their history winless when scoring 0 runs. Winless. And and that goes back to the 1910s. I mean,
have to check my numbers. I'm not
over
sure.
Over 100 years of data. Data don't lie. Eduardo Rodriguez and the Diamondbacks are taking on Toronto. Eric Lauer and the Blue Jays. That's a pick'em. 110 both ways. Bailey Ober and the Twins are in Cincinnati. Nick Lodolo going for the Reds. Reds minus 130. Paul Blackburn going for the Mets. He was supposed to pitch yesterday. I lucked out. The Braves beat the Mets in extra innings yesterday after blowing a 4-0 lead. I was so pissed. But my bet got voided because Paul Blackburn didn't pitch. Because if the starting pitcher doesn't go, the bet's off.
Hangnail?
I don't know what happened. He's pitching today though. Meanwhile, I was paying attention to the Mets score, like I care about the Mets, and then I'm like, oh yeah, 4-0. Let's go. Let's get this money. And the next thing I know, they lose, and I was pissed. But then I looked at my account, and I was like, oh, I still have that money. That's nice. What happened? There you go. He's expected to pitch today, though. Paul Blackburn for the Mets, Chris Sale for the Braves. Braves now minus 190 favorites. I will not be backing the Mets today.
But Blackburn you don't like or you do like?
I liked him yesterday against Schwellenbach, but
why would you not like him today?
Because Chris Sale's pitching today.
Well, Sale he isn't having a great year. This guy might be kind of a surprise pitcher.
Maybe could be. Maybe under 8.5 if you like Blackburn as a pitcher. The final yesterday was 5-4, and that took extra innings. Trevor Rogers and the Orioles take on the Rays. Taj Bradley going for Tampa. They are minus 115. Sonny Gray goes for the Cardinals. They're minus 180 in Chicago, taking on Sean Burke. Jacob Mizorowski. He's the guy the rookie who was throwing a no-hitter through 5 innings. And then they pulled him out of the game. Jameson Taillon going for the Cubs. The Cubs minus 160 in Mizorowski's second start. Chris Bubich goes for the Royals. Bubich. He goes into Arlington on Patrick Corbin Day. The Rangers send Patrick Corbin to the Hill.
Doesn't quite mean what it used to mean.
Bubich minus 120. So still favored over Patrick Corbin Day. Logan Allen and the Guardians. They are in San Francisco to take on the Giants. Verlander going for the G-Men, minus 135. Framber Valdez going for the Stros. They are minus 165 favorites on the road in Sacramento, taking on the A's. Luis Severino going for the A's. Stephen Kolek going for the Padres. They're plus 160 in L.A., taking on the Dodgers. Emmett Sheehan and the Dodgers are minus 200 favorites today. That'll do it for us, friends.
Yes, it will.
The Blitz is the show that will air at 2 o'clock. I suggest you listen to that show, even though you won't see my poor beloved taxidermied cat on the screen when they're on. For some reason, they hate that. But I still ask you, listen to that show. Give them some sympathy listens. We'll be back tomorrow at 6. Morning Huddle.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, turn your military rank into college credit. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Visit umgc.edu/SATX to learn more.
For Father's Day, Centergenics and Low T Center offering free T-test and weight loss consultations for a limited time. Book your free consultation and T-test now till June 21st and get a free B12 shot for an extra boost of energy. Give the gift of a new start for Father's Day. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained